put D&D everywhere.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of Twitch chat. Welcome to the April Nova Cup. I hope you're all ready for a fantastic show. We've got some excellent teams and really good matchups ahead of us today. And with me on the caster's couch is none other than Kermit the sorry, Burnt Das Brot. It's Julian2468. Welcome to the stream.
Welcome. Hello everyone. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for coming, dude. It's always a pleasure. So how are you doing today? Are you ready for some good matches?
Oh yeah, I'm doing great. I played some games of Overbuild and Starve, and
Ooh.
yeah, it was fun, and I'm ready to watch some Overbuild and Starve.
Oh, excellent. Well, have I got a treat for you then? The first matchup that we're going to watch on the stream today is going to be Abraceit, which I think a couple of lesser known players that some people may yet have heard of. It's King Downs and Widdowson. I don't think
Yeah.
I didn't really see them in last month's tournament, so I'm not sure. Like, have you heard of these guys before?
Nah, not really. Must be
Hmm.
newcomers.
Yeah, the underdogs, I guess, if you will,
Yeah,
which is
this
very
this
interesting.
month's underdogs. Yeah.
Because last month's underdogs ended up winning the whole tournament, and in very good meme fashion, it has to be said, the underdogs have now renamed to the Updogs in light of their victory last month. So fair play, Drakir and Lucy. That's pretty funny, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, so King Dans and Widdowson, and for their first matchup, they are going up against the Bulgarian Squatters, who is none other than my brother, Nictia, and Iku. So that should be a pretty fun matchup. I think it's fair to say that the Bulgarian Squatters are favoured, but I think
Yeah.
Abraceit, they might be able to, cause an upset. It is a tournament after all, these things can happen. But yeah, we'll have to see. Like, it's going to be pretty close. Obviously, the Bulgarian Squatters have a bit of an edge, but we'll have to see.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like in a tournament, everything can happen. So maybe even the King Dance and Withersons of this life can take a game.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's going to be fun to see, right? So that's what the viewers want to see. They like to see upsets. They like to see the underdogs cruising to victory. I'm sure there was a lot of hype in Twitch last month when the real underdogs ended up with tournament champions. So we'll have to see if the underdogs in spirit are able to carry that on this month as we go into the April Nova Cup. So what kind of game do you expect from these two teams? Like Abraceit, I think it's fair to say King Dans tends to go for a bit of a carry role. Generally, not always. Like, it's going to depend what their roles are and stuff like that. They obviously can both fit either role. But usually, from what I've seen, King Dans goes for the carry role. Widdowson goes for a bit of an early cringe. He'll go for those ogres on 7 and stuff like that, just to give King, no pressure on him so that he can snowball. But again, it is very role dependent. Like, these guys, they really understand the game fundamentally, and if one of them has a better carry role than the other, then they're quite happy to switch roles on the fly.
Yeah, but I haven't seen them play this much last month, like in the
Yep.
current meta, and I'm not so sure if it suits them too well, especially King, because King is not necessarily known for his early game cringes, and he's definitely not known to overbuild.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. And with the current state of the king, by the way, like small pro leaks can really shave off a lot of that HP. It's not so bad in the early game anymore, I think, with the recent patch. Like the first 10 waves, you can afford to leak a bit more than you could previously. But after like wave 10, when you get into the mid game and definitely the late game, even like a 40% leak going to the king is going to cost you like half of your HP. So they're going to need to be really careful, I think, as they go into the mid game.
yeah, for sure. But if there's one team that can adjust to the meta on the fly, it's certainly those two.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And I did see that Widdowson was even streaming yesterday, so getting a bit of practice in, taking some time away from Mechabellum and TFT to actually play Legion in preparation for the big tournament is pretty cool to see. So we'll have to see if that pays
yeah,
off for them. And then on the other side is two players who really need no introduction because, of course, my little brother is going to be the star of the show for once. So Nictia, I taught him everything he knows, so of course he's going to easily
of
win this
course
one, right?
he's a horrible player.
Correct.
Yeah.
And Iku, the Bulgarian, like the number one Bulgarian player. There isn't any other decent Bulgarian players, right? None that I can think of. There's
Yeah, no.
nobody paired up with XGod in
No.
Group A who might give him a run for his money.
Yeah, no.
No,
Definitely not.
Okay, cool. So, with that said, I think Bulgarian squatters have a very clear path to victory today. But again, as we said earlier, we'll have to see if Abrasiet are able to come in with a bit of an upset in this first game of the
Yeah.
series. All right.
Yeah.
Do we have a lobby open? Is the question.
I don't know.
Well, there's several lobbies open. In fact,
There's some lobbies
I
open.
need to try and find the right one.
Ah.
It looks like the right one is not open, so that's helpful.
That's good. Yeah, of course, King Dance and Witherson are always late to their own games, so
Yeah, maybe I
yeah,
can
there's
maybe
no
I can
lobby,
make the lobby for them.
that's not gonna work.
Oh, that'll.
Because they won't respect you and join you your lobby.
Reasonable. I'll put some beginner bots in there for them, maybe to improve the King Dan's chances of winning.
Yeah, I mean, a beginner bot is probably better than Witherson, to be honest.
Yeah. All right. A lot of people are in game already, it seems. And King
Big
Dan's
mistake.
I don't see online. Maybe I'll try and invite him manually.
King Dance is online and Witherson as well. Maybe you don't have him in your friend list.
All right. I think we have everyone. And we don't have you in the lobby, actually, so that might be a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
All right.
I'm gonna gonna switch spots with King Dance real quick.
Oh. All right. Let me just play around with my mic a little bit. I see some Penny's a bit quiet in the chat, so hopefully that helps.
Okay.
All
I
right.
think that's good for everyone.
Yeah, I think so too. I think I just have the arm a little bit far away from my mouth, but hopefully that's better now.
So Nick T, your brother, probably gonna play Chaos because it's the only thing he can do, and hope that he high rolls every wave, which he usually does.
Yeah, I mean that's how Chaos works, right? Like if you have no skill, you pick Chaos and you just let the RNG carry the game for you.
Yeah, you don't have to pick a role, you don't have to think. It's pretty good.
Yeah, you don't have to think, you don't have to do anything. You just wait for the roll to kick in and then build whatever unit is highlighted green, right? That's how it works.
Yeah, and you make sure you're definitely at least plus 20 in the early game, and in the mid game plus 100 or more. And then you save for 7 waves in a row. That's pretty much how it works.
Julian, I've got some very good news for you now, because the time for padding is over and the time for games is on. We are about to get into this game number 1 of the April Nova Cup. That is Team Abrasiet on the left, that's King Dance and Witherson, versus the Bulgarian squatters on the right, that's Iku and Nikti. So, Julian, let's get it on.
Let's get it on. The tagline game is on point for King Dance and Witherson. I can definitely sense some minor amounts of salt.
And then Iku has Enable Me If You Want to Win, which is pretty similar to King Dance's, honestly.
Yeah.
In spirit, at least.
Iku, Castle, Auto Send Gaming.
Oh, let's go.
Oh. Alright. Nikti thinking long and hard which of the options he wants to pick, and he's gonna certainly pick Chaos. We all know it.
King Dan's with YOLO, by the way, and a pretty juicy YOLO roll, it has to be said. He's got the Atoms, he's got the Berserker or the Azura if you wanted to go for either of those. I definitely expect it to be a double Atom opener, though. And it looks like, yep, he's already placing the Atom. And double Castle, actually, from the Bulgarian squatters. What do you think about this one?
I don't think it's good, especially against King Dance and Witherson, but let's see. Maybe they can make it work. Yeah,
I mean, if anyone's going to punish the double castle, it's going to be King Dance and Witherson. Kingdans with a bit of an unorthodox double atom placement there. I don't think I've seen that one before. What do you think about that?
He's trolling. He's
Okay.
trolling. He has to be
would
trolling.
Never. He would never.
No, the thing is, like, he has to look at this every wave.
Yeah.
And just looking at it gives you, like, tremendous pain. So there's no way.
Yeah, he's fixing it.
Yeah.
He's fixing it.
Yeah.
Kingdans always want to put on a show, right? The wacky little guy.
Yeah. What?
And Widdowson has a pretty juicy Nightmare roll there with the Gargoyle for 3, the Windhawk to cover waves like 5 and 6, and even the Mudman for like wave 11 as well.
Yeah, and there's Vampire in the game, so he's very
Oh.
happy about Legion spells as well.
Yeah, that's a really nice roll there for Widdowson. And on the other side, we have Berserker Opener from Iku, and we have a Bone Crusher start from Nictia.
Yeah. I don't know, Nicti saved on wave 1, but you don't necessarily want to save against the Nightmare. Yeah, he's sending the Snail on 2, but it also kind of feels bad, because you're just feeding 6 gold away.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Like it's a minor difference, but it is a difference, right? This is a 6 gold advantage now on the side of Widdowson, and they're already playing Castle, so they're already at a slight economic disadvantage. So now it just kind of tips the scales a little bit further, and we are talking like millimeters here on the favor scale, but it still counts.
Yeah, definitely still counts. I wonder, like, what the plan for Nick T's build is. Like, does he want to shift on wave 3 to get the Sky Queen out for wave 4, which is risky because Kingdans is known to income send a lot.
Speaking
But,
of which, the 2 snails are already in the send area from Kingdans, so a shift could be dangerous from Nictia.
Yeah, but if he just builds Veteran, I mean, he's gonna be kind of fine on this wave, but it's also not... Like, let's just say it's not the best for his future to have a Crusher, a Veteran, and a small Harpy on the field for wave 3.
Mm-hmm. And Widdowson's just dropping a couple of Gargoyles. He's going to be completely fine. Of course, Iku and Nictia are both saving their Mythium, so going for a little bit of early tee-hee-hee action.
Oh, surprise!
And against
Iku.
the Lizard, Iku with his 4 workers is going to be very fine. There's some question mark pings coming out. Yeah, so they know that Widdowson's low value. But both players on the side of the Bulgarian squatter is going to be just fine here against the minor income sends from King and Widder. And now they have the pressure advantage, if nothing else. And here's the Dino, actually, from Nictia. Wave 4 Dino against Widdowson's Nightmare build.
I mean, doesn't he just, like, either sell Bone Warrior and build Mudman, or...
Oh, he's just full building. He's just going to be very, very fine here. Maybe he was hoping that Widdowson would just full shift, and then he could catch him unprepared, but Widdowson is not taking the risk. He is going to build here. He's going to spend all of his gold, actually. Widdowson 400 value here with a Nightmare on wave 4.
Yeah, he just gets the Green Devil. That's what I thought he was going to do. Yeah.
Alright, and with the Fire Archer added over here, Nictia is going to be just fine against the double Snail resend. Very dangerous there on wave 4. But Widdowson, of course, he's just snacking this Dino. Pushing full workers. I expect he'll probably go to 8 workers after income as well. With that Green Devil, he's looking pretty solid on wave 5.
Yeah, they will push. And especially Kingdans is gonna push a lot because he's getting the Iku sends. And he knows that Iku is low workers and it's just income sending.
Yeah.
Widdowson seems to play it safe though.
Yeah, Widdowson's definitely playing safe right now. Like, I expected him to go to 8 workers. Instead, he had to Gargoyle. I mean, I don't even think the Gargoyle helps him very much if he was to get a resend.
Yeah.
Alright, Kingdans is receiving a Snail, but he's going to be very, very fine with this.
Yeah, I mean, so far we have to say that the workers are roughly, almost equal, which is good for the castle side, but they have, especially Iku has very, very little pressure, so Kingdans is 9 workers now, and I am very scared for your brother, especially looking at his build, which
Oh yeah.
does not
Wave
look
6
to be.
looks problematic for sure.
Yeah.
And then if we look at Iku's build as well, like, is there any mercenary send combinations you can think of that would work very well here?
Oh, wow. They are saving. Yeah, I'm seeing a mimic on 7 incoming somehow.
Yeah, I can see a Mimic on 7, and if we look at Kingdans and Wibberson, they both have 120 Mythium stored up. Those Mimics are about to become reality, I think.
Yeah, and they got a send here. Witherson might hold the double brute or leak very small, and Kingdans is probably fine against the income send. So this will be a long wave, and then I'm very scared for Mr. Iku and Mr. Nicti.
Yeah. Now the double brutes, they probably cause a leak against Wibberson, but we're probably looking at like a pro leak, which is just going to be even worse for Iku and Nictia.
Yeah. I mean, King is also leaking, so at least it's some King damage. But I think you're fine with taking this King damage if you're team uprasiert.
Yeah. Oh, King leaks as well. Okay, I didn't see that one coming. So 46% on Witherson, 33% on King, and they are reaching the King. So First Blood does go for the side of Iku and Nictia, but if we look at the Mythium saved up for Wibberson and Kingdans, these are some massive sends coming out. Does King even get the Ogre in time? He doesn't, but that was very close. It's
and then
3
he lost
friends
seconds
instead.
and 3 friends.
And looking over at the side of Iku and Nictia, I just don't think they're going to be doing very, very well here. Iku, even with the slime mommy there, like, it's a good tank for the wave, but it's just going to give so much gold for the Mimic of Witherson.
Yeah, and
Oh, I like
what
this
does
though.
he-
Nictia, he sold his Fire Archer. He's placing a Banana Bunk, but he's placing it far up. It is going to full tank.
Yeah, I mean,
He wants the travel distance on the Harpies. I can see it.
yeah, I mean, the problem is Iku has 0 damage against the wave. He
Yeah.
didn't even boost his veteran, so
That Mimic snacking. Slime
Yeah,
Mommy,
it's-
I think it did reach full mana, but that is just more gold for the Mimic.
he's penny leaking it.
Oh no, it's the curse.
Oh
I
no,
shouldn't have cast it.
Penny! No,
Oh.
Penny! Don't do this to him!
Mimic, this is just
Oh.
unwatchable.
Oh.
140 HP left on the Mimic. 36 gold farmed there. Witherson
Full-blown penny
truly
leak.
enjoying some very favourable RNG in this game number 1.
Oh, the full-blown penny leak on 7. You hate to see it. Oh,
Oh, that is very painful for the Bulgarian squatters.
Yeah.
Very painful indeed.
and look at the workers. 13
Yeah.
and 12 workers for Witherson and Kingdans, and 8 and 9 workers for Iku and Nicti.
Yeah.
Like, even if they somehow don't take any king damage in the future and make it to wave 11, 12 or whatever, where the castle power spike comes up, they will be behind in income and workers and value.
Yeah, this is it's pretty rough, and I don't see it getting less rough anytime soon. Like Iku and Nictia, they kind of need to pull a miracle out of the bag now. Now this resend against Nictia should help a little bit just to relieve some of that pressure. And of course, as you said, they do have that castle power spike coming up, but they're so far behind in the early game that the castle power spike is just going to be like a drop in the ocean.
Yeah. Yeah, the problem is, I mean, double castle is just... I mean, it's fine to go for such a risky thing in this kind of matchup, but... yeah, I don't think you can afford to have one of the 2 players, like, to really income send if you're going double castle, because then, you know, they will just push, skip 1 wave, and completely ruin your day.
Yeah. All right, and
But, like,
Witterson's
Iku
build
isn't
is
holding.
really starting to come online now as well. He's getting those Windhawks out to cover him on 9 and 11, and the Mudmen as well. He's looking really solid. He just needs to drop some kind of vampire target right in the middle of his units.
Yeah, maybe he can reroll a butcher or
Yeah,
something
he hasn't
for a
even
wave.
re-rolled yet.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh,
Iku does get a
Iku.
full friend send here, but he's getting
Sniping.
really nice focus actually. He's sniping
Insta-snipe.
2 brutes. Pilgrim staying alive for a very long time. There's one thing, gotta
it's
get your heal.
Smurf.
Oh, it's Smurfing!
Oh,
the Pilgrim!
Perfect!
Oh, this makes up for his wave 7 aggro a little bit.
Easy hold. But why did he not send the Mimic again? Like, it's so juicy against
Yeah,
this
the Mimic is
Venom.
just so good against everything on Iku's
Ah.
board. But, you know, Widdowson's a relatively new player. You can't expect him to
Yeah.
make the right calls every time. Now, we do get a counter-attack here on wave 10 coming out from the Squatters. It's double Ogres and a little bit of spam. What are Widdowson and Kingdan's answers here? Widdowson sells a Gargoyle, gets his Doppelganger. That's a pretty solid answer. He
Yeah.
does have one de-hardened Mudman, but that's not a massive deal.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see Kingdance and Witherson leaking here. And Kingdance went on fire exactly for this wave, where he's getting the big send. Just as always, thank you, Jules.
Yeah,
So
that's how it
maybe
works.
they can farm the shutdown here, and then maybe they can come back with the castle power spike.
And Widdowson, he
it's the
didn't
snipe.
harden his
It's-
second Mudman.
It's the snipe on the ogre!
Oh, that is
Ah.
unfortunate. But that is why he's the king, right? All right, Widdowson leaking 60% there, full HP, Ogre getting through, and Kingdan's, the man who is on shutdown, with his focus, he holds.
Ah! The luckiest man alive.
He truly, truly is. Very minor king damage as a result on the side of Widdowson and Kingdan's. They're down to 68%. Nearly nice, but not quite. The regen will get it nice soon enough. And Kingdan's, his shutdown is still 25. I was expecting to see 50 after that hold, actually. Yeah. That kind
Castle
of...
power spike, by the way.
The Castle Power Spike is here, but if we take a quick look at the values and the worker counts, even though the incomes are starting to even out, with Kingdan's and Widdowson being 17 and 16 workers ahead of 12 and 14. Yeah. That's an interesting one. I think they're just going for the kill. So a lot of sharp S's there in the chat you can see from my disgruntled co-caster, but I think it makes sense. Like, obviously Vampire's very good for Widdowson, but winning the game on wave 13 might be even better.
Yeah, but like this feels like a risk to me, honestly. Like Iku and Nikti, they didn't push a lot, of course. They have their castle, they have Vampire. Especially Iku is really strong on 13. You kind of like force yourself to send 13 now, right? And you can't go 12, where at least Iku is very weak. So this play, it has to work.
Oh, it has to, yeah, for sure.
I mean, it most likely will, and it's like no difference. But I don't see the drawback in picking Vampire, especially for Witherson. And even Kingdance with his Soulgate and shit, I mean, he has Ocean Templar Soulgate, right? Like, I don't understand why he's not just picking Vampire.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean,
they both have really good scaling potential, and they had a very solid early game, so they could just go for the snowball route to victory. But I think Kingdance and Widdowson, they've just spotted lethal, basically, on wave 13. They could even go longer, right, with the embargo. They don't have to send 13 now that they see the lifesteal gates, the lifesteal sovereigns. They can just go 14 or even 15 with that. But then you're right, if they're going to go for 15, then maybe Vampire is just better value.
Yeah. I don't know, I mean, like, you'll be Giga on fire wave 13, and if Iku and Nikti send and leak them, and they get a lot of king damage, you know, you never know.
Income? Widdowson, embargo into an income send?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Iku and Nikti, yeah?
This might be the comeback that the Bulgarian squatters were praying for. We said earlier on in the game that they needed to pray for a miracle. Well, Widdowson and Kingdan sending income here with their embargo, while the Bulgarian squatters save on to their Mythium. This could be the miracle they were looking for.
Yeah. The only problem is that Widdowson does have a Zarya for wave 15. Because now clearly Nikti and Iku want to go 15, right?
Yeah.
So Widdowson has an answer, but, you know, it's not an auto hold, especially if you get like an 800 cent or something.
Yeah. And look at those income numbers as well, by the way. Kingdans and Widdowson nearly doubling up the income of Iku and Niktia. Now, sure, they sent here, but their sends are like quite a lot bigger than the Mythium that Iku and Niktia have saved up already. So,
yeah, of course.
even
but
with this send,
embargo.
it is embargo, but it was also the massive worker advantage for King and
of
Widdowson as well.
course, of course, of course. Ooh, they go income again, like auto sending.
This
King Dance and
helps, this
Widders.
helps.
I mean, they are probably far enough ahead that they can win this way, but this is also the way I have lost games against Iku in the past.
Yeah.
From exactly such a position, where they just go, tee-hee,
Yeah.
we're never sending, tee-hee, and then you get like a 5k send on wave 17,
Yeah.
and you suddenly get one shot. So
Iku's
yeah.
just like, hey, Nyctia, you wanna save a little longer? And he's like,
yeah,
oh
buddy.
yeah, let's keep saving.
Yeah,
But
let's keep that mythium.
Let's not. Okay, sorry for getting weird there, Twitch chat. This is just how me and Julian get our kicks. But
Yeah.
let's see, is the send going to come 15, or now that they got another round of Income King, are they just going to save a little bit longer?
They are going to save a little bit longer.
They are tee-hee-heeing all the way to the bank right now, it seems.
I wonder if this is the correct play, though. Maybe
Yeah.
it is. I don't know. There is a
When
point.
can they get them, though, right? Because
Yeah.
Widdowson with his Doppelganger on 16 with Dark Mage to buff it. He's got some serious damage and very good tanks as well, by the way. Like Azeria obviously quite often looks unfair when it tanks perfectly. He is hardening, but again, that's quite minor. And King Dan's, he's got Arctairs already on the board with Ocean Templar.
I think they go 16. But the problem with 16 is that Widdowson and King Dance have like 80% King with Regen probably 85%.
That's rough.
So
The leaks need to be big.
It can die. Like 100% King cannot die on 16 practically.
Yeah.
But the leaks need to be huge. But given that Nycti is pushing, I think they will send next. I think they have to because this is close to a leak.
Yeah, although with
Nycti is
Iku's
leaking
magic
the
creeps
boss.
all on the boss, he kills it pretty quick.
Yeah.
He is leaking. They're both leaking, are they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're both leaking.
They're both leaking no send. Now this will just tickle the king, but you're right, there's no way they can save longer.
And now they get full sends. And I'm not sure if they will even survive the full sends on next wave, because they both pushed a lot. But you never know, like Lifesteal Sovereign, Lifesteal Gates against kinda small sends, they might just, pull off a miracle hold.
Yeah. Nyctia has good tanks as well. He is making the Banana Haven here, which is not great. Not the perfect tank, at least. But the rest of his units are looking pretty decent. He is very undervalued. Very, very undervalued.
Yeah. I think they are hoping for a race.
Yeah.
And hoping that Iku can delay long enough. But then I think you just commit to it and have Nycti suicide push
Iku,
probably.
spend your gold.
Yeah, spending your gold is better than not spending your gold.
Okay, he did spend all of his gold. It's a very small send for Iku, very small send for Nyctia, but both of them have 1,000 less value than their counterparts on Team Abrisiet. So let's see what happens here. This is pretty exciting.
Yeah.
And King Dens looks like leaking pretty quickly. Widdowson is definitely leaking
leaks,
very
yeah.
quickly. He's gone. King Dens, he's holding longer with those gates. Iku, can he hold full stop?
Nycti holds.
Actually, Nycti is
Nycti
just fully
holds.
holding. Is this
Nycti
going to be the
holds.
decider here? Iku's doing very, very well. King Dens, he
did
leaks
too
for
well,
only small. 100% there. It's mainly just the witches. Is it enough? They have 88% King
I think
HP.
they live.
Oh,
They live there.
come on, wave 16.
Right?
Witches, get your summons. Witches, get your
Fine,
summons.
Right?
But they do live.
Oh!
Oh, that is just devastating for the Bulgarian squatters. That was
Iku is
so
suiciding.
close there.
Who is suiciding? Are they resending?
I
No, they are
think they're not resending, but it's going to be a wave 18, I guess.
Wave 18 sent, and Nycti just builds like Azarias and tries to hold.
Yeah, I guess. Or even just Sovereign and go for the stall.
Why is Iku not full suiciding?
He is, isn't he? He's not built anything. Or
No,
you mean you want him to sell units?
This thing. He built this thing. This is new.
Okay, okay.
This.
Just you and me.
Maybe they're hoping that King Dans and Widdowson will skip wave 18. Like, he doesn't want to leak 17, so that maybe they skip?
Maybe. Does he continue pushing now? I think he has to. He's not gonna do well on 18 anyway. Yeah. But Widdowson is the one, like, he's already preparing 18 with double his area.
He is pushing, so Iku is full pushing.
Yeah, that's good. That's the correct play for sure. I'm not sure if Widdowson can hold. He has a lot of spam.
Skipping.
No, they are not skipping. I hope that. I mean, okay, it's kind of obvious, right?
Yeah. The problem is that King Dans is also the one who's pushed really hard, and Widdowson is going for the hold. So they Abraceit have correctly read the situation. They're going for their full sends, and I think this is just looking pretty bad actually for the Bulgarian squatters.
Yeah. I mean, the value is also like a lot better for Widdowson and King Dans than it is for Iku and Nicti, but Nicti has a really good build.
He does have a good build. Widdowson's about 500 value higher than Nicti, unfortunately, when all's said and done. This is quite an interesting sovereign position, by the way. Widdowson hoping to have that big beefy tank at the front there. Is he going to harden? Surely he's going to harden. It's not much of a difference on 18, but, you know, you're going for every little bit you can get.
He forgot it. He just forgot about it.
All right, 760 against Widdowson. So the race really here is between Widdowson and Nictia, I believe, and Nictia has got 200 Mythium more.
That thing living is really big.
And this one's tanking a single creep. Okay, it does now go down. It was 2 creeps. But yeah, Widdowson's aggro is just absolutely beautiful here in lane number 1. And King Dans is the first to leak, but Widdowson, is he just...
He's holding.
Yeah, Iku has leaked.
Nicti is holding. Widder is leaking.
Nicti's holding. Nicti's holding. The Bulgarian squatters. They've beaten Team Abraceit. Holy moly.
UK. What the fuck?
Easy game, easy life.
No way. And no GG. Oh, they're tilted. And this is why you don't embargo and income. Yep, exactly this.
Double castle of the Bulgarian squatters. Demolishing Team Abraceit here in game number 1. Yeah. Absolutely insane play there. Very well done, Iku and Nicti. Very, very well done.
Holy moly.
Not that the casters are biased, of course. We just enjoy a good show, you know?
I mean, this was a good show. This was a
really good show. Right. Look at this graph, by the way. Abraceit just massively in the lead throughout the early game. In fact, Abraceit were in the lead the entire game long until wave 18, where Jules said, "Oops, looks like I was wrong." Holy moly.
Fake news, by the way.
What a game. I mean, man, like... Let's go back to wave 6, where Widdowson and King Dans, they took the first blood there, the double brutes, and it's only minor leaks, right? And then it looks really bad for Iku and Nictia on wave 7. Like, Iku leaks 94% with a Mimic on 1 HP. That Mimic also farmed like 40 gold, getting every single last hit on both of his slime mummies. Nictia leaks the full wave with 3 brutes. They take 40% king damage, and we're just thinking, okay, this game's basically over. But then these guys, they just make an absolute dream comeback. And let's be fair, King Dans and Widdowson did kind of give it to them with the income sends on 13, 14, 15. And then they went for the full send on 16, but they still took a ton of damage. Iku then suiciding for wave 18, and we just see this clutch hold there by Nictia on wave 18. It is enough. He gets the biggest send, he holds, and that's game. Well played, guys.
Are we sure he is actually your brother, by the way?
Get wrecked.
All right. Is the lobby for the second game up, or Widdowson's game?
Let me have a look. I'm gonna go and search for the lobby.
Widdowson's game.
It is. It is there. Let's go.
It is there, yeah.
All right. Man, that was a juicy game number 1 for the show.
Yeah, that was a great game. I'm looking forward to game 2, but the problem is now Iku and Nikti can't pick castle again. So
Yep. the
that's-
double castle. The
yeah,
double castle, man.
they're
Taking down Team
probably
Abrasiet in game
yeah,
1. Absolutely
probably
incredible.
furiously masturbating to their win.
Yeah, it seems so. Neither of them are in the lobby just yet.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get them in here.
Yep. Damn, Nova Cup is off to a great start.
Yeah, right? I mean, we love to see the upsets, the juicy games, the spicy ones, and man, Iku and Nictia, they did not disappoint here in game number 1. That was
No.
spicy for sure. All right, Nictia has managed to find his way to the lobby. He's probably just finished up, as you were saying. And we're just waiting for Iku now, who apparently takes a little bit longer. He's got some more stamina, you know?
Yeah, he's younger.
Yeah, he's younger.
We all know how it is.
Ja. Ihr macht ein bisschen lange.
Ja, ja, wir können halt noch.
Getting that one in there for my bingo fans.
Yeah,
Alright.
there's probably quite a big crew playing the bingo.
Alright, guys, we have got a full lobby. I'm going to say casters are
Perfect.
ready when you are. Now, Widdowson and Kingdans, they can choose the send order in this game number 2. It'll be interesting to see if they're happy with the way it was the first time or if they prefer to mix it up.
I think they probably don't care. They'll probably say, I don't care if I'm sending into Overbuilder A or Overbuilder B. Yeah.
Alright, it looks like the players are ready, so we should have game number 2 on the way for you guys very shortly. Although I'm sure you're enjoying this brief interlude looking at the handsome faces of myself
Yes.
and Julian. Sorry to disappoint in that case, guys, because game number 2 is here. We have Abrasiet once again on the left. They are 0-1 after losing the first game against the Bulgarian squatters, which is Niku and Ikti. Let's see if they can bring it back in game number 2. And Julian, what has Iku just picked?
I don't know, it looks like Fiesta, but it can't possibly be. Like we all know, he doesn't have that option.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
it's a very bad Fiesta.
it is a
my
really bad
opinion.
Fiesta roll, actually. That's kind of unfortunate for him there.
I mean, he's probably gonna reroll on one. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I would. We don't see his reroll, do we? Or can if
No,
on the
we
tab
don't.
menu? No.
But
that's
there's
unfortunate.
counterattack in the game, so Fiesta is actually a lot better.
Yeah,
Nikti picking YOLO, that's pretty good. That's a
these
good
guys have
YOLO
got-
roll.
That is a really good YOLO roll. But I just want to say, like, these guys are feeling ballsy in game number 2 after taking that game number 1 in very exciting fashion. It's great to see them just go for the big ball mastermind pickups,
Yeah.
Fiesta and YOLO in game number 2. Clearly not showing any fear of their underdog opponents there, Kingdans and Widdowson.
Yeah, unfortunately, this game is already kind of over. Like, there's no way Iku and Nikti have a chance because Kingdance rolled Poacher Mask with Berserker and Bunk.
Oh, yeah.
So
GG,
the
go
game is
next.
just over.
Yeah.
GG, we can
Hold
go
on, let me
next.
just, let me
I'm
just
sorry to
change the
disappoint
scoreboard.
everyone.
Yeah, Abrasiet
yeah,
have this
it's
one.
just-
That's 1-1. So let's see if you guys just want to come back in like 20 minutes. We'll see what happens in
Yeah.
game number 3.
Yeah, get your drinks, get some popcorn.
Oh, Niku and Ikti going for. I just called him Niku. Iku and Nikti going for a little bit of a tee-hee-hee on wave number 1. They're saving their Mythium. Iku did manage to find a Fiesta. It's not a very good one, though, with the double range of Peewee. That's 50% to no send. You know, it could have been better.
Could have been better, you know. But I think if you, like, please, for the love of God, if you pick Fiesta, okay? Like, it's fine to pick Fiesta. But if you have no opening that leaks wave 1 decently, just start, like, Shroom or whatever, yeah? And just
Yeah.
pretend you're not Fiesta. Just over push. You'll get some leaks early game later. It's fine. The enemy doesn't know your Fiesta. It's okay.
Yeah.
Don't,
Whereas
don't,
this makes it a little too obvious.
Just like, don't.
It's not worth ruining your entire game for the sake of getting that Fiesta on wave 1, basically. It's the
Yes.
moral of the story here.
Yes. And also, don't king up on wave 2 into a flower, please. Like, that's another thing. Please do not.
Kingdan's actually staying 4 workers there with his Potent Mask build. Okay, now he pushes 5. Obviously, his strong wave is coming up. He would have been fine with just 1 mask, though, right? Oh, this is a very nice Fiesta from Iku, actually.
Very nice Fiesta, yeah.
Slightly less nice. I thought there was only 2, but one of the whales was hiding under the other.
Yeah.
But still, 25%, pretty good.
I wonder if they go straight wave 4, or if they go here.
It looks
No,
like
they
they're saving their Mythium. Tee-hee-hee.
They're saving.
Tee-hee-hee.
Nice. Oh. Okay, but okay.
Widdowson and
Does
Kingdans both
Nicti
just
hold?
have insane rolls to hold, though, right?
Like,
Nicti
does
hold
this
against
hold?
the snail. I mean, he can't build anymore, so I guess we're about to find out. It is only a snail he's receiving, but the flower is full tanking, so let's see.
Oh, Widower does the king attack.
Oh.
Just sent the second snail, I think.
I think the second
Nicti.
snail would have sealed his fate, right? Like he... Huh? I mean, this... Oh, man, the second snail would have just been 100% lead.
Oh my lord.
Oh, yee.
Oh yeah.
And this time the Fiesta player is covering. Iku there staying on 5
Amazing.
workers, does cover his teammate. And Iku and Nicti, okay, they do send. I was just about to say they're going to save their Mythium a little longer, but it turns out they do go for the send
Yeah.
here on wave 4. Nicti perhaps hopping a little bit of copium there with his Hermit and DT thinking he's going to leak. Kingdan's 5 worker Potamask. It is just basically impossible as far as I'm aware.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen DT, Hermit. Oh, he's not adding the snail, so the DT goes onto the Pota. That's actually
Okay,
smart,
That's pretty 5
I think.
Alright, let's see. The 120 against Kingdan's. The Hermit, it is keeping the chickens healthy. It is now on the False Maiden as well, so that's kind of favourable pathing there on the Hermit at least. But Kingdan's just looks very fine. And Widdowson, of course, is holding with his Yozora and double Sea Dragon, just unleakable,
Yeah.
basically. And yep, Kingdan's is holding as well.
Yeah, that's the problem. Pota Mask is just very, very, very strong on every wave. But I don't think Hermit is the ideal send. Like, I think if you want to leak it, you probably go Cannoneer. Or just, like, DT spam in hopes of having the Pota tank not
Yeah.
enough.
Oh. Niku and Nicti, both very low value now, and all 4 players on 8 workers.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see some wave 6 sends now, maybe? At least Nicti and Iku kinda have to.
I mean, wave
Right?
7 looks so good against Wibbison.
Yeah, it looks really good, but it's also... Like, Widdowson looks very strong wave 6, and he looks very weak wave 7, so he has to shift on 6.
He doesn't
So you
even have
send
to
on
shift.
wave
He can just build the archer, right, and shift a tiny amount of gold.
Yeah, but you don't know he has Archer. So.
No. Well, I know he has archer, and you know he has archer.
Of course.
Alright,
no,
and,
they just go for the T. Yeah, okay.
And Wibbison, he's actually going for a Hermit send here, which potentially dangerous against Nictia's build. He does go for the Sky Queen here, so he's going to have some fairly decent single target damage. Kind of unfortunate that it's Pierce, of course, against Wave 6 Fortified Armor, but I think he should do decently here. And Iku over there with the double Daphne and the Graal to tank. I mean, let's see.
Yeah, I think this will be decent leaks on
Yeah.
the Bulgarian squatters.
This Daphne's just tanking a little bit too much, I think.
Yeah. This is really gonna be huge leaks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
wow.
had to send here. They had to send.
This this is backfiring in pretty spectacular fashion. It looks like 84% leak there for Nictia, 77 for Iku, and this is pretty bad, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
But they were pretty far behind in game 1 as well, remember?
Yeah, they are just doing the same thing where they lull them into a false sense of security,
Yeah.
and then they punish them.
Although, worth pointing out that they do not have those castle power spikes to look forward to in game number 2.
Yeah. And they keep their Mythium. So maybe they are also just like saying, okay, you know what, this game is lost. Let's just make sure we start next game with a lot of Mythium and just save for next game.
Kraken's on wave 1 in game number 3. But they're going to go wave 9, right? Like, against this build from Wibberson and against this build from Kingdowns, they're just going to go straight wave 9.
Yeah.
And Iku does receive his resend here. Does add a Wild Shroom, so he should do fine.
Yeah, that's probably going to be a Fiesta from him, I would imagine.
Which he'll be happy with, I think. The problem is that Wibberson actually held his Mythium here, so Nictia does still have a bit of pressure on him going into wave number 8. Can't necessarily just chill and go for this massive wave 9 plan.
Yeah, this is a decent Fiesta. Yeah. But Iku is pushing a lot, so we'll run into trouble on wave 8 for sure if we keep our Mythium. But,
I mean, that's only if Wibberson full sends, right? Like, I think Nictia's build is pretty good against income, and it is income.
Oh, okay. Maybe they are fine.
Maybe. And Kingdowns is saving as well, so this could be a bit of a saving grace for Iku, who did push really hard, as you say.
Yeah. I wonder if Kingdowns just shifts gold for a Haven.
236 gold on the king. I mean, it looks like he is, but that's just very ballsy.
Just build Sea Dragon or one Green Devil and shift the rest for Haven. Because Witherson always just full holds here with his build and it just sucks on 9. Yeah, he did. He's just gonna have... Oh no, he doesn't get Haven. He's gonna get
I think he'll have to sell a decent amount if he wants the Haven.
Yeah, he's just gonna get Azaria.
Yep.
Not sure if that's enough to hold against a 320 send.
Oh, I think, though, that Nictia is leaking more than just a little to this 140 send. 50% there, and Iku, he's getting a really good Fiesta, but when it's a really good Fiesta plus a 50% from your mate, that equals king damage.
Yeah, that's quite a lot of king damage, unfortunately. But let's see, maybe they can really make something happen on wave 9. I don't see Witherson doing too well with his Trinity Archer build.
Yeah, he might struggle. In fact, Witherson doesn't even have anything in his role at all for the wave. Like, his best bet is Royal Guards, and they're really good tanks, but he just doesn't have damage on this wave.
I think King shouldn't have gone for the Azaria. He needed to sell one Gargoyle for the Haven. I think that would have been worth.
Yeah.
The
send is really, really scary from Nictia. That's an Ogre and a Mole on wave number 9, and he's going to have... Does he get 40? Not quite, maybe? Jules?
Jules?
Nope. Gets the snail out instead. So how long does this mole live for then? Let's have a quick look, because that's going to determine quite a lot, I think, since the mole counters all of Kingdowns' damage pretty much on this build. And it is now going down, but only after his entire split is gone.
King
he's just going to be fine, right? Kingdowns is on,
he's
on value with Potamask and Bunk. That's an easy hold from the king. Wibberson leaks 97%. That is a 25 gold shutdown. Meanwhile, Iku gets another Fiesta there on 54%. They're going to get a little bit of king damage, but, I mean, this was a very all-in play from the Bulgarian squatters, and it just is not getting enough done.
No, this doesn't get enough done.
In fact, it barely gets anything done. It just tickles the king, you know?
Yeah. King is just so far ahead now.
Yeah.
I think the only play that might exist is a weird counterattack 12 or 13 play for Nictia and Iku, but I can't imagine Witherson and Kingdowns letting their guard down again.
No. They perhaps underestimated these guys in game number 1, paid the price, and now their game face is on, it seems, in this game number 2.
Yeah. I mean, fair play to Iku and Nictia, though. Like, taking the gambles they have to. I mean, they are definitely not playing scared, which is pretty good to see.
Yeah, 100%. I really like the ballsy YOLO and Fiesta pickup in game 2. Respect, you know?
Yeah. King Dance just holds. Would have been lovely to farm his 25 gold shot. Ooh,
Yeah,
income
but he
sent by
he
King
was,
Dance. Hello?
He was plus 100 on the wave, though, you know, so.
Yeah.
That's... Can I point out, by the way, that King Dan's cartel has just kicked in and he still has the most income? Sure, he did send here, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's because he sent. And I'm not sure I like the send too much, you know?
It does take some pressure off of Iku. Let's see if he goes for the...
PTA? Is he going full?
Iku does take the counter-attack here. Oh, wait, Wibberson's taken the PTA as well. Is he going for some kind of post-income send here? He is! There's Ghost Knight! Ghost Knight and a DT from Widderson. King Dan adds another Dino and a Brute. And Nixie and Iku.
Oh. He shifted. He didn't add one of the Mudmans. This is just game.
This is definitely game. Nixie and Iku, they were... I mean, you were right. They had to go for a risky play. They did go for a counter-attack 12 send. But King Dan's and Widderson, they went for the undercut instead with PTA. And that is Whipper Guga for game number 2.
Whip Guga. Yeah, well played. Well played. That was a good call to go PTA 11, I guess.
Yeah, that was quite spicy. I didn't see that happening, actually. With King Dan's obviously just going for the income there, but then as soon as I saw them take PTA, I just knew, well, okay, Widderson's going to go for a post-income send. And he did, and it was lethal for Nixie and Iku.
Yeah, I mean, it obviously worked. I'm not sure if it's the correct play, you know? It seems kind of risky to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, if they just full build and don't push, maybe? I don't know. I guess they were pretty sure that they have to go for some kind of all-in, like we said with the counter-attack, so...
I mean, they were super far behind, right? They had to just go for some high-risk, high-reward play, and they did, and it didn't work, but that's why it's called high-risk, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, if we just go back to Wave 6, I think the game is kind of already over by here. Yeah. Like, they went for this really big 0-4 play. King Dan's and Widderson both holding those sends fairly comfortably, the 120 sends. So that's already really bad for the Bulgarian squatters. And then this Wave 6, where they lose 50% of their King HP. You just can't allow that to happen, right? If you're going for these all-in plays and the undercut comes in, your game plan's just ruined. And they just really had a hard struggle after that Wave 6, and we saw like they went straight Wave 9. King Dan's just holds there because Potomask is balanced. Sure, Widderson leaks big, but it just doesn't do anything. They lose 7% King HP while they have 30% left themselves, and then a pretty clever, to be fair, PTA undercut there from King Dan's and Widderson is all it takes to end the game. So yeah, Team Abrasiat, it seems, not taking any prisoners here in game number 2. We'll have to see if the Bulgarian squatters are going to go for that big balls YOLO Fiesta type game plan in game number 3, or do they want to try something a little bit more serious? What do you think, Julian? Are they going to?
I think they'll go again for. I think they'll do the same thing again, or similar kind of strategy, because they weren't really lucky. Iku had a really bad Fiesta roll.
Yep.
Okay, Nikki's YOLO roll was pretty good, but it doesn't really make up for a really bad Fiesta roll. And then they were unlucky that King Dance had Potomask, which is the best opening in the game, hands down. You can handle pressure, you can push aggressively, it just doesn't matter. So I think they'll say to themselves, well, we kind of got unlucky. We can just gamble it again. And they are also realistic enough that they know that Widder and King Dance are tremendously favored in any game. So they kind of have to, tip the balance in their favor by doing something unorthodox. Because if they just play a straight up income game, they will probably lose.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're right. And I think they understand that quite well. To give credit where it's due, right? Iku and Nictia, they do know that they're the underdogs. Like, if we just put the memes to one side for a second, they do know that they're unfavored in this matchup. And they're quite clearly taking those high-risk, high-reward plays whenever they see them coming. Because they know that the high-risk, high-reward is how they're going to win this series.
Yes, exactly. And that's correct. I mean, that's how you have to play. You have to play fearlessly, and you have to be, like, I don't know, aware of the sort of kind of like relative strength of the teams.
Yep.
So if you're in the favorite team like King Dance and Witherson, you kind of don't want to take too many risks, right? You just want to play it safe and just make sure that, you know, you can you can just play the regular game
slow and steady, because you know that you're favored. You know if it comes to a kind of straight up fight, you're going to win.
Exactly.
Nine times out of 10 you're going to win, because you know you're the better players. And the elo gap in this matchup is pretty high. I think it's like a 400 elo spread or something between the players. So they know that if they play slow and steady, they should win. And at the same time, Iku and Nicti are doing a really good job of trying to tip the scales in their favor with these high risk plays. So anyway, enough caster waffle, guys, because game number 3 is here. Let's see what happens.
Cartel, Fiesta. Sorry.
Talking about bad players tipping the scales in their favor with RNG, King Downs picks Chaos here in game number 3.
Absolutely disgusting behavior.
But I tell you what, I love to see Iku taking that Fiesta again in game number 3.
Yeah.
He is showing no fear. Exactly what you were saying there in the lobby burnt. He just knows he wants to go for this game plan. And he is rewarded with a much better Fiesta opener this time around.
Oh, another Chaos. Oh, this. Oh, disgusting.
Well, now I don't know which side to favor, because both sides have a low skill Chaos noob. Right, so what's going to happen?
I don't know. I guess it depends on who's the more skilled role player.
Yeah.
And I think they both have good Chaos openers. I'm not sure. I don't play it too much. But if I was Nicti, I would open with the tree just because it's OP. But of course, your brother makes the wrong decision and opens Slime Siren, as he learned from you. King Dance has a really good opening with the Gate Guard. 5 workers, you're safe on wave 2 with almost anything you can roll.
Well, are you though? Because Iku is saving here. Oh, he's not.
The
snailing.
The snails! The sleeks!
Oh no, it doesn't! Witherson adding a harpy there last second! He sniffed it coming! Witherson, Stream Sniper confirmed there with the build at the very last second against the snail.
My lord, this is so disgusting behavior. Oh, imagine.
Yeah, that would have been super clutch actually for Iku and Nictia. Alright, now King Dance is getting pretty good focus there, leaking 42% instead of 50%. And yeah, Witherson with that second harpy, very clutch adding there at the last second. He's even getting the tank on his full HP one, so they don't get any king damage.
Yeah, it's full cover. But still, you know, it's... This was like last second. Imagine if he got screwed by tick rate like Bonnie always did. And the Harpy doesn't build and you just leak and
Alright, Iku with the 6 workers showing no fear. He is getting snailed. I wonder if he adds that second buzz or not. He should, I think.
He should, yeah, he should.
He's only sending 1 snail here as well from the side of Iku, it looks like. Oh no, he does send a second one. That's going to be a reward for King Dance then, who very skillfully rolled Pack Rat here on wave 2. Pretty much the perfect unit for the gold that he had.
Yeah, the best unit he could roll, and he did it. That's why King Dance is one of the best players of all time. And now they really cover their respective weak waves quite well, right? King Dance is kind of weak on 4, but Witherson has Devilfish Harpy, probably the best at covering on that wave. And then waves 5, 6, 7, King Dance is pretty good, because he will probably have Harbinger at some point.
Alright, Witherson does get his double snail send out on wave 3 against Iku's consorts, not looking very good here. He's going to add a couple of aquas, I guess, which isn't going to help him too much, honestly. But Nictia is easily holding here.
I wonder if Iku adds 3 buzzes or an aqua or just shifts. A bazooka, okay. Well, that is interesting. I thought with like 1 more aqua he would have probably gotten a good Fiesta, I guess.
Yeah.
Like this, I'm not so sure. Like he has a very good aggro split.
A really good aggro split. But yeah, the second Aqua, I'm pretty sure would have done better. But 56% is not terrible. Meanwhile, though, Nictia, who I was sure was easy holding, is trying to prove me wrong, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, he's not holding the lizard. Like, he has nothing to kill the lizard.
Yeah.
And
It seems he's not
gonna
holding the wave
even
either.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, king damage here on wave number 3. Bulgarian squatters, you're in trouble.
But, you know, your brother has amassed some amount of Mythium.
Oh, he surely has. When does he want to send it, though, against Witherspoon? Because he's looking really good, basically on every wave before 7. Okay, it's just a Drake on 4. That's fine. Witherspoon can sell his Poliwag for a Sky Queen here, and yeah, it looks like that's exactly what he's going for. I mean, the Drake might squeeze through, but honestly, I don't see it. Witherspoon is just so good here on wave 4. Devilfish is the perfect tank. Sky Queen is the perfect damage dealer. You know, he's fine here.
King Dance is not hunting. He's scared. He wanted to hunt, and then he unhunted his rat.
Whoa. No balls, King Dance, confirmed.
Yeah. He's probably fine. He has 465 value.
And this
on
unit
wave
as
4.
well. The casket that he skillfully rolled here for wave 4. Yeah, he's very easily holding on King Dance. And Witherspoon is holding as well, of course, but it is his best wave. Now, does Iku manage to leak here the 3 snails? It looks like no. Interesting, though. We do see Nictia leading the pack with 9 workers versus the mere 8 and 7 for Witherspoon and King Dance, though that does include a double hunt, actually, for King Dance. So let's say that King Dance is at least equal to Iku and Nictia.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm not sure, I mean, Iku pushed really hard now. I'm not sure what his plan is for wave 7. Because he doesn't have any good units currently for wave 7. And I think he will get a trademark Witherspoon send on wave 7 with either a Mimic or a Triple Brute.
Mm-hmm.
And Nicti, I mean, sure, he has the Slime Siren and the Cat. But if he gets Mimicked by King Dance on wave 7...
We saw how that worked out in game number 2, right? Or was it game number 1? Slime Siren is not very good against a Mimic.
Yeah. So I'm a bit scared for the Bulgarian squatters, especially with the Income Fiend by Nicti.
Yeah, I think
who is building a Violet.
Which is great here on wave 6, but much less great on wave 7 and 8.
Yeah, they are not seeing it coming.
Witherspoon's playing very safe here, actually. Look at his 650 value on pretty much his strongest wave here, wave 6.
He's also very strong on 7. I think he's realizing that he just shouldn't take any risks.
Yep.
This game. He doesn't get the Mimic, though. So maybe...
They could just go straight wave 8, right? Like, King Dance, he has this hunt active, he's got a few workies. They could just go straight wave 8, because like a Ghost Knight...
Nope.
Oh, okay. The moles here are looking fine, but I was just thinking like a Ghost Knight against Nictia on wave 8 just looks absolutely debilitating.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I wonder if Mole is the best send against the Kitty.
I don't think the Mole is great. I think probably just Friends would have been better from King Dance. In fact, Nictia doesn't really have anything that a Mole is good against.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's a bit of a moment.
Let's see if the Slime Mommy gets her full mana, because that might be the difference here between a hold and a leak. It looks like she is getting that mana before going down. She does. The Neko's tanking too much. It's not going to get heal value. And actually, the Mole, it was just a tank all along.
Yeah. I mean, he's not holding, but it's not a massive leak. And Iku is also not leaking massively. I'm not sure if this is worth. If you look at this
Iku with his
amount,
200 Mythium. I didn't realize they were cringing quite so hard.
Yeah, they were.
Very long wave there from Nictia. And sure, Iku's percentage was 56% or something, but it's basically just a mole. Like, this is not very much king damage at all. And like you say, they have some very scary Mythium amounts. Although, Iku, is he going to go for the Ghost Knight?
Oh.
He is, and King Dance has very, very skillfully rolled the Halo here for Wave 8 in his Chaos build, which is garbage on Wave 8. That's how you Chaos, ladies and gentlemen. Who cares skill? Just roll the perfect unit for the perfect wave.
Yeah, that's so disgusting, honestly. And he's even gonna sell the Buzz to add like a Steed as well.
Yep.
And it's just like, man, I just don't want to cast this game anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so random. You just full gamble your entire game. It's yeah, what can I say?
So this Ghost Knight is just going to die very quickly against the Steed buff Halo. It was an incredible send, by the way, if King Dance didn't Chaos roll the Halo there.
Oh, and the thing gets a spell out into the wave, of course, by like 1 second.
Now, Wibberson is leaking decently against the Ogre double snail. But yeah, King Dance with that disgusting Chaos roll looks like a free hold for him there. He is on 1150 value, of course. But yeah, by all rights, he should be leaking half the wave here.
Exactly. I mean, the only reason this is maybe with Daphne together and potentially Zerker, but I'm not even sure if Zerker does this well. This is definitely the perfect unit he wants to roll for this wave.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not even that bad for Nicti and Iku. Like, they had more workers, they again have more workers, and Witherson is on Cartel. So after wave 10, he will take that income penalty.
He will.
And, you know, they didn't take... I mean, they took 30% king damage, but it's not like they took 80% king damage like in game 2. So they are definitely very much still in this game.
Yeah.
I just wonder what they do for wave 10. Ah, yes, of course. You wonder what they do for wave 10, and then you ask your Chaos player, hey, can you roll Berserker for wave 9? Thumbs up, yes I can. Easy.
Very good. It's not quite as crucial as King Dance's Halo on wave 8 when he's receiving a 280 Mythium send, but it helps.
Yeah, it's still very much deserves the comment, very skillful. Oh my lord.
Goddamn Chaos players in my goddamn video game, Julian.
Yeah. Oh, is this a really good Fiesta, or is this just a hold? It's just
it looks like a hold. Very close, though.
And the income sent on Nicti and Iku. Does Nicti get the Fatalizer? Come on, sell those.
He needs to sell the 2
sell
bones or the gargoyle. Yeah.
Sell it.
I would sell the gargoyle because these dark mages can be pretty handy later on.
Sell it. Don't build a gate. Thank you.
Alright, but he's only receiving income as well. So King Dan sends the income. Wibberson sends the ogre and the snail. Iku's placing a couple of disciples. Are they too high, though? No, the boss should still go left.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, he's
insta-sniping the ogre. Okay.
That was really
a little bit of RNG going back in the favour of Iku and Nictia, it looks like, after that disgusting wave 8.
I think that's just consistent with his positioning, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure.
And
Nictia, are you leaking with a Fatalizer?
No, he's got this,
Oh!
Iku, a very nice Fiesta there. Very nice Fiesta for Iku.
Yeah, they have more income. I mean,
Witterson's taking the penalty now. So Witterson 50 income behind Iku and Nictia. Now, King Dan's, of course, he's kind of keeping pace, but he's even a little bit behind Nictia. Nictia got his carry pants on here in game number 3, it seems.
Yeah, and Iku still has his reroll. He has a really good magician target with the Disciple and the Zeus. Like, if you just look at this objectively, I think Iku and Nicti might even be slightly ahead. I mean, they are down on King HP, but everything else is kind of in their favor, no?
Yeah. Jules does give Witterson and King Dan's a slight edge, but I think that doesn't update until wave 12 with the cartel downside, right? So it'll be interesting to see if this just goes straight 50-50 at the end of this wave.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And I mean, Jules also thought that King Dance and Witterson were winning the first game for the entire game, and yeah, we all saw how that went, so.
Yeah.
Witterson is the highest workers in the game, though, which is kind of good. And he does have Gate with Lifesteal, which is still pretty good with Magician.
Pretty good.
But he has Gate and Harpies, which is not the most amazing combination, because both kinda need tanks, right?
Yeah, that's very true. Very true. He has got good tanks as well, though. He does have Mudman. Okay, he only really has Mudman, actually. Devilfish is pretty good as well.
Yeah. I think Iku and Nikti are gonna try to go wave 14.
Yeah, 14 looks pretty good, actually, against Widdowson and King Dance. I could
It's a
see
bit
13
dangerous.
working as well, honestly.
Yeah.
Niktia showing his Pulverizer now on wave 12. I don't think Widdowson and King Dance want to send 13 either, honestly. Like, Niku,
No.
Niku, they're both looking really strong on wave
Niku.
13.
Yeah. I agree. And you know, if you look at the values, Widdowson is already 150 value behind Nikti.
Mm-hmm.
I think that will come back to bite him when the next send lands.
Yeah, and everyone is saving wave 13. Okay, so this has to be a match on 14, right? It just has to be.
Yeah. And like Nikti has Ocean Templar, Doomsday,
Yeah,
Cat.
he's looking pretty good. Or he has options
wonder.
at least, right? Like, I wonder what his play is here. Does he just make the... Oh, he sells for the Doomsday. Okay, I think that's pretty solid.
That's pretty good. I wonder if he builds the Infiltrator. Probably does.
He could just... Oh, the Cat's already on 7 stacks. I think he can just shift 80 gold. He's so good on this wave.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, he can. That's obviously... Wow,
He
that's
does.
balls of steel. That's,
he does.
that's
That's a good read.
impressive.
It's a good read.
Yeah, really good read.
King Dans, he did make his Arc of Justice here. He's showing the Magician on the white main gate there, which has got perfect value, surrounded by mana units as well. And here comes the send. We've got the double Ghost Knight from King Dans. We've got the double Witch
Send!
from Widdowson. And we do get the counter send there from Iku and Niktia as well. Both sides sending pretty big here.
Ocean Templar, yes.
And with 320, what can we do?
I think there's actually a point to be made to not build this, but actually add an Orchid here and full boost it, because you know you're getting double Ghost Knight, so you kill the Ghost Knight on the left-hand side.
Yeah, that's not a bad call, actually. But he's
But-
going for a Green Devil in the split instead. And to be fair, the Pulverizer Fatalizer can make quick work of one of the Ghost Knights at least.
Of course. I'm not saying it's horrible what he did. Widdowson re-rolled into Mudman, I think.
He
Which is
rolled that a
pretty
while ago, but
fortunate.
his Golem still goes
Yeah.
down very quickly there. Now his front line is down, but all of those Slime Mummies are getting full mana. That was pretty clutch for him. He was using Magician to guarantee it, so that kind of helps. Iku's leaking the full wave there, 86%. And Niktia, a repeat of game number 1. He's just holding here.
Yeah, but
Widdowson,
Widdowson and King Dance are doing
71%.
okay as well.
King
Like,
Down's
they both leak.
53%. Yeah, but these leaks are super small on the side of Abrasiat, whereas Iku's is pretty beefy. Let's see how much
But it's-
Niktia can hold.
He's-
Quite a
he's
lot,
doing
actually. This
very
is
well.
Ocean Templar buff to this Doomsday.
Oh my lord, this is a big Doomsday.
Oh, that's a big Doomsday. He nearly full covered, actually.
That's pretty good. That's really good for Team Bulgarian Squatters.
Yeah, they're now ahead in terms of value, in terms of income, in terms of King HP as well. Bulgarian Squatters.
And this has to be a 16, right? This has to be a wave 16 send against King and Widder. And I wonder, I don't know how hard you push on the side of Iku and Nikti. You could even consider having Iku just build
Oh,
Pyros
but
and
look-
kind of...
Look
Oh!
how skilled Niktia is with his Chaos here.
Oh,
Just rolling the bazooka, knowing that it's coming down to a wave 16 race. That's a skilled Chaos player.
my lord. I
Oh,
can't.
yee.
Oh, yeah. I just can't. Like, how do you
Alright.
play Chaos?
Oh
this
no,
well?
but King Dance rolls the flower! He's done it again! He gets the
Oh.
Halo on 8 against the Ghost Knight! He gets the flower on wave 16 against an incoming send! Oh, Chaos!
Leave this game for fuck's sake. Like, come on. Like, we can't have our games be decided by this all the fucking time.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. It truly is ridiculous.
And Iku isn't even building pyros, man. Like, yeah, I guess, I don't know.
We have this triple pyro coming out from Nictia. He's got 220 more gold to play with as well. He is centering the wave with this Bone Warrior. He should harden, by the way.
King isn't building flower, by the way. He's not building flower.
Okay, King built his gate, so maybe thinking the send's coming 17. That's a bit of a weird call when they're sending here themselves, though, I feel.
Yeah, I don't think this is a good play. I think this is just bad.
And Iku and Nicti, they do have a bit more value here, and with Nicti's triple pyro, he might do
the
okay.
Doomsday.
And the Doomsday.
I mean, the Doomsday
It is AoE. It's impact, but it's AoE, right?
Yeah, I think he's just holding.
Oh, Nicti, have you just done it again?
Iku is holding
Iku is full holding. Wow, okay. King Dans and Widdowson, how are they doing? It looks like
King Dans
okay.
holds. King Dans holds. Small, but he holds.
Widdowson leaks 54%. Okay. They are going to take some more King damage here, but they're not dead, crucially.
Yeah. Oh, King Dans is pushing quite a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. So they want to end this on 18.
Yeah.
And I'm scared that Iku and Nicti maybe want to go on 19. They haven't pushed a single worker. I think they want to skip 18. But I'm not sure if they can. Widdowson also hasn't pushed.
Okay.
But he's just behind, like, on value and everything. No, now he's pushing. Okay. I think now they made the call. They were just waiting what to do, and Widdowson has now suicided. Yeah. Widdowson is suiciding for 18. They want to end it on 18.
Okay. Nictia, he's going to have good tanks. He rolled the white main here.
If they read this play, they just win on Iku and Nicti.
Yeah, they need to read it, though. They need to read it.
They need to read it and match 18. If they try to skip, they lose. I kind of like this play from Widow and King, though, because they are just behind. Like, they have to try something.
Iku and Nictia are both on fire. What does Nictia roll? Nothing, it seems, for wave 18.
Yeah, it's not amazing. I mean, he can maybe... Where is his Fatalizer? Nah, he can't sell for the health regen tree.
I think they're going to skip, though, Iku and Nictia, it looks like.
Skip? Do they skip? Do they skip? Then they lose, probably.
Yeah. They're
skip?
skipping. No! Bulgarian squatters.
I don't know. I mean, Iku is almost on value and his build is really good.
But Nictia is building for next wave.
Oh, he's prepping for next game, maybe.
Next game. I mean, he doesn't roll anything for this wave, to be fair. Like, what else can he do?
Oh, they didn't read the play.
He should probably
They weren't checking the value. Oh, no. Don't do me like this.
Yeah, I mean, Iku's build is good here, but he's getting suicide sent from Widdowson.
Oh, don't do me like this, guys. You have to check the enemy's value. Oh.
Oh, these are some big boy sends here.
Big boy sends. I don't know. I mean, maybe they will survive. Then they also win, but...
Yeah, but they have no king upgrades. So, like, even a very small leak, even though they have 72% HP, a relatively small leak kills them.
Nicti
but this Pulverizer, Fatalizer is doing work?
No, they just win. They just win. They just hold.
Huh?
Iku is leaking very small.
And Nictia, he's just done it again! Is this young man unstoppable? Have we found the new Legion CD2 prodigy? Is he the Brit? Nictia? I think he is. I think he is.
UK.
Oh, I taught him everything he knows, you guys. I taught him. I taught this guy.
Yeah, that's impossible. We all know that. My lord.
Oh, what a series.
Wow, they just skip and they survive because they're just god gamers.
Absolute god spielers, it seems.
Imagine being scared just because a pleb like Widdowson is suiciding. Who is this guy?
And Iku's just picking up the Fiesta gold there on wave 18 as well for fun.
Oh,
for fun, guys.
For fun. Oh.
I mean, I'm having a hell of a time here.
Oh,
I assume that Nictia and Iku are as well, taking down tournament favourites Team Abrasiat in game number 1.
Oh, my lord. Yeah, can't wait for the We Need More Games post.
Yeah.
Ah.
All right. And there's some big boy sends coming out. Wave 19 against Widdowson and Kingdans. Kingdans, what did he roll here? Nothing. I mean, he's got those wargs there
yeah.
for Wave 19, but the send is just
No.
way too much. And Widdowson, of course, leaking 192% to the
And that's
1.2k
game.
send. And that is game. That is
GG.
Whoopaguga. The Bulgarian squatters 2-1 victory over Team Abrasiat. Fantastic play, these guys.
Yeah.
Very,
Wow.
very well played.
Amazing. God gamers. Huge respect. Taking down Kingdans and Widdowson in a tournament. Respect.
Yeah, big respect, big respect.
Oh my lord. I can't. I can't.
I would like to think this is some personal redemption for Iku as well. Any doubters left in the chat? You cannot
Yeah.
have doubts left after you've just seen this guy win 2-1 against Kingdans and Widdowson. Like, he's
Yeah,
got some
true.
skills.
Yeah. He's a very good player. I mean, he's regularly beating us too, and I mean that should tell you.
I mean, we're incredible, right? Like, we're amazing players. We just don't play Nova Cup to make it fair for everybody else, right?
Exactly. So that's why we're here, and they are there.
Yeah. Like, we just take a back seat. We talk about the games. We just let everyone else have a chance, because we're generous like that.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, Iku, he does regularly beat us on the ladder, and Iku and Nikti have just won 2-1 against Team Abrasiat. So, yep, fair play, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know how you did that sound effect, but it was amazing.
It's
Oh,
a new
man.
Discord feature.
What a series. I'm
Yeah.
very excited about that. And if that is the first series of our April Nova Cup, we are going to have one hell of a good show this month. I can feel it.
Oh yeah.
Man,
That's
what an
amazing.
exciting series there. Yeah, balls of steel for the Bulgarian squatters. Let me just show these builds again on Wave 18. So Widdowson went for a pretty clever play there with the suicide. You've got to hand it to Ambrosier. That was a good call there to go for the suicide play, knowing that Iku was strong on the wave. But what they didn't account for was just how good Nictia was here as well, apparently. He didn't harden here. He built for Wave 19, and he just holds the 860 Mythium send. The Pulverizer, Ocean Templar, Lifesteal, Fatalizer put in the Lord's work here on Wave 18, for sure. And it was enough. It was enough. They take this game in a really exciting fashion. A really, really exciting fashion with the killer blow there on Wave 19.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Man. What a series, Julian. What a series.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I tell you what, I think I need to have a little bit of a break, which is the right time because we've finished round one. We're going to have, I guess, 10 minutes now before round number 2 starts. I definitely need some water because I've just been on the edge of my seat screaming into the microphone for the last hour. I'm sure the players could do with a little bit of a break after that super nail-biting series. But yeah, guys in Twitch chat, don't go anywhere. We're going to have some really exciting Nova Cup matches coming right up in another 10 minutes-ish. So stay where you are, guys. We will be right back.
penny. Penny, 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 penny.
All right, guys, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed series number 1 as much as Julian and I surely did. That was an absolute banger to kick off the April Nova Cup, by the way. What an intense series. And Julian, we've got a pretty exciting one coming straight up as well. With this new Division 1 format, we are going to jump straight into the winners match, which means we're going to see the Bulgarian squatters again, because obviously they won their first match, and they're going to be going up against Team Nice Luck, which is none other than Adamus and Genom. So what do you think about their chances there?
I mean, if the Bulgarian squatters can beat Team Abrasiert, they can definitely beat anyone else as well. Just going off the elo, of course, Genom, who's playing on his Isolde account, and Adams are favored. And they are also very fond of the Overbuild and Starve, so we will have Overbuild and Starve against Overbuild and Starve.
Oh.
And I don't know if Overbuild and Starve is going to come out on top. I mean, for sure it will, but I don't know which Overbuild and Starve.
Yeah, one thing's for sure. One of the Overbuild and Starvers is going to come out on top. We just don't know which one. Although, credit where due, I don't think Bulgarian squatters were playing very Overbuild and Starve in any of the games we've seen them play so far today.
The first one.
The second one, they were definitely starving, but they weren't overbuilding, which kind of came back to bite them on that wave 6 where they lost half of their HP. And the other ones, like the games have been pretty aggressive so far today, so let's see if they keep it up. But again, like it does have to come back to the point where they are effectively the underdogs. Their team elo is around 300, 400 lower than their opponents. So they have got a bit of an uphill battle, but it worked against Abrasiert. Let's just see if it can work again against Team Nice Luck. But again, if they're going for that high-risk, high-reward strategy, which they did very well in the first series, you do need an element of luck for your high-risk, high-reward to work, right? And now they're playing against Adamus, who, as everybody knows, is the luckiest man alive. Like, he just... Every time he gets the perfect unit, or the perfect pathing, or he sends a mercenary and you leak it on 1 HP. Like, whenever there's some kind of dice roll involved, Adams is going to win that dice roll. So high-risk, high-reward plays that work against Abrasiert might not work against Adamus. No, I'm kidding, of course. Like, Adams is a fantastic player. He's always been known as, like, the absolute mid-game mind reader. He just makes the perfect calls every time. And Lil Bro Genom over there, he's all right as well, you know?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, Adamus' biggest weakness is that he can't count. So usually he says he wants to send on wave 14, and then he just sends on wave 13. And then you lose the game. So if you are his teammate, you have to, like, teach him how to count every time. And it is quite exhausting, you know? You just ping the wave number and say, Adamus, wave 12 next. Don't send.
All right, let me just fix the scoreboard quickly.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Everyone has loaded into the game except for
me.
you.
Yeah. Look, my computer's trying very hard right now. Okay, it's got a lot of things to handle. I've got a lot of programs open. Can you just not? All right, Twitch chat, enough caster waffle. Game number 1 of our second series is here. Julian,
Chaos.
What are our picks?
Chaos.
Oh,
Chaos.
Again.
Adams.
Again. Absolutely disgusting.
I can't handle this. And Iku and Nikti are still thinking what the...
Another chaos!
All right, Penny, I'll come back in 20 minutes for next game, right? I can't. Oh, man.
Pretty disgusting behaviour. The double chaos opener in game number 1 of the second series. I mean, it worked out for him in the first series against Abrasiert. Niktia did prove to all of us out there that he's a better Chaos player than King Dans. Let's just see if he can outluck Adamus here. When it's Chaos against Chaos, dice roll against dice roll, who is going to be the luckier player? This game determines.
I'm curious to see how the Chloropixie Harpy opener is gonna do. It's pretty good, in my opinion. I should play it more often myself.
Yep. Why has Genum got such a weird build? Like, do you have that? My screen is showing like pixie weird
Yeah,
blob thing harpy.
yes. Yeah, it must be because he's cheating.
Yeah, he's definitely cheating. Okay, it's disappeared now. He's back to a normal build. Everybody sending their king ups on 1, so nothing particularly spicy here. A snail would have been a pretty decent leak against Genum, though, so a little bit lucky that they didn't go for that send here.
Yeah. It's probably the first time in his life he has taken a risk on wave 1, though.
Yeah. And if he did receive a snail here, he would never take one again.
Yeah, agreed. What is Nick T adding? Another Bone Warrior and a split? Okay.
I don't like the split, actually, Nick Tier. The
He's
split
going
seems to
post
be the one way that you can... He is getting a snail. I think the split might ruin it for him. It all depends whether this spell hits the entire wave, and the split can stop that from happening.
I don't think it will, because the Bone Warrior dies pretty quickly to the 4.
Oh, this Bone Warrior's tanking as well, actually.
No?
The spell misses the wave. This is the one way it can leak. I think he's done it. Genum
he's
leaks
fine.
50% to that snail. He's faking Fiesta. And
This is
Nifty, he is fine, but
This is
only
fine.
just. Only just. Like, the build would have been much better without the split, I think.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's where we can see you truly taught him how to play.
Yeah.
Uh,
What? Alright. Adam's showing us all why he's the god of chaos overbuilding here. He gets the infiltrator on 3. He's only receiving... Does he get a 60 send? Nixia can send the snail. I don't know if he wants to.
It's not worth into atoms. Atoms are kind of weak on 4. You want the pressure
Oh, he
for
does.
a
He
reset.
does send it. Okay. That's, yeah, unfortunate.
yeah, that's
Because he
a-
could have gone for like a 60 resend, right?
Yeah, that's probably a bad decision, I guess. I don't know. I mean, the infiltrator isn't tanking anything. Because he boosted it, so...
Oh, but the lizard's on it now.
wants
That's
to go
very
for it,
lucky
yeah.
for Adamus. Nice luck indeed. The
Yeah,
lizard
nice.
obviously was in range of the atom, but ignored it.
Yeah.
Oh, does he get
Still
through
leaks.
anyway? Oh, he leaks the lizard.
Appreciate.
Appreciate. Imagine if that lizard had just attacked the atom like it would have done if that was my lane instead of Adamus lane.
Yeah. Unlucky. Oh, we
Nice
have the
luck
hard
indeed.
counter to the Cage of Pain wave 4
Oh,
with
yeah.
the Dino.
But
Nick T
dropping
is
a
hard countering
butcher?
the hard counter.
I mean, I think he needs it in front, right? Because the Cage of Pain actually needs to stay alive.
It just heals a million from the first spell, I think.
But
I'm
this
pretty
is
sure-
only the small Cage of Pain. Oh, no, what?
fine.
It's the big one. It's the big Cage of Pain. He's on 1 billion
Yeah.
value, Julian. He's on 425 value. Okay, never mind. He's fine.
Yeah. You taught him how to play. We already established that, no?
Yeah, apparently so. I thought that was just the small casket, but no, with Cage of Pain,
No,
this
no,
is the
no, it's
easiest
the
hold of
big
his
one.
life.
Yeah, of course.
Professional caster, by the way.
Yeah. It's fine. I mean, it's confusing that a unit has like 2 upgrades and it still looks the same as the base form.
Yeah.
So, and you're old, so.
I'm very old. I can barely see the screen, and I certainly can't hear anything.
Yeah. All right, we have 8 workers on Adams, which is very good for him, and he rolled the tree, which is one of the most broken units in the game right now. So he's very happy.
Yeah. And at some point in the future, he's going to skillfully chaos roll into something like Avenger, or Soulgate, or even Volshroom, you know, just something that's going to pair very well with that Tree of Life.
Yeah. Or just APS and Dread Knight.
Now, if
You know.
he's receiving a 100 send here, his Berserker and his Butcher are perfectly off-tanking. That's very nice to see. What's going to be important now is whether the split goes onto the Butcher, and it looks like it does. So perfect aggro there for Iku. Very good positioning on his build. Gets exactly the focus he wants, and that is going to be a hold. He's minus
That's
60
the
here.
polywalk, by the way. The polywalk in the middle does that. That's really smart.
This little polywog here, I'm going to have to take notes.
Yeah, because it pulls the boss, and the Devilfish and the Zerkas like split the rest, and
Wow.
then the boss kills this with one shot and goes for this.
I mean, I'm learning something new every day.
Oh, Isolde, Jenem, you're sending into Nicti.
Yeah.
Why are you sending a power mercenary? Of course, he's gonna roll Berserker for wave 6. Like,
Of course.
what
I mean,
did you
why
expect?
would you not roll the perfect unit
Yeah.
with Chaos for wave 6? Like, whenever Ascend is coming, you roll the perfect unit. That is how it works.
Yeah, now he's just gonna full push and keep starving Adamas.
Oh,
Very good.
he's got some
Iku
Mythium.
just shifted. 100 gold, being minus 145. Didn't
What an
add for wave
absolute
6. Didn't get a cent.
And the
God
Polywogs
gamer.
do their little bridge again, same as they did on 5, so that Berserker stays alive. Yeah, the high risk, high reward strategy is paying off once again, it seems.
Yeah, they're playing really well so far.
And
I
Nictia
wonder if they
does full
send
push,
here.
as you said. He's also continuing to save his Mythium. He's going
Oh.
tee hee 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 hee.
And Adamas rolls the cursed casket for wave 7, thinking
Yeah.
the send is coming. But of course it's not coming. I mean, they only tee-heed for like 3 waves already.
Yeah,
So
they
now
can go much longer. And
they
with this
can go
income send
much
here
longer.
on 7, Julian, hear me out. Wave
go 9.
9 is round the corner.
Yeah, I mean, this is hardened, so it kind of, like, you kind of want to go 8, but then again, you also don't want to go into that.
And
I
Adamas
don't know.
also, he sold one of his tier 1s to up the Cage of Pain as well. So again, if they do just go for 9, things are starting to look pretty dicey for the boy in blue.
Yeah, but Nicti also has Ogre in income, and
He
like,
does.
how does
Ogre's
Adamas
pretty
ever
good.
kill an Ogre on
Yeah.
wave 8?
I mean, he's skillfully rolled Disciple and Bunk, both very good units on wave 8, but he can't afford a Bunk, at least not without selling.
Yeah, but they might just go one longer. Do they go one more?
Mimic?
No. Mimic?
I don't love the Mimic. Maybe he's expecting Adams to just go for an Orchid and
Orchid?
boost,
Yeah, maybe.
which might be his best option, honestly.
But isn't...
I mean,
Ogre
Adams is just
still
going to place
better?
the Disciple, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought Ogre would still be better. And Iku is just going full income into Lil Bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's decent, right? Lil Bro is on
It's-
1,000 value, and Adams, he does go for the Orchid and boost, so maybe this Mimic is actually just 5 head from Nictia.
Might just be 5 head, but the Mimic is in the split. Like, the Orchid
is?
boost is just gonna go for the Brute.
Does this hit
Yeah.
the wave at all?
No.
Only the first 2 creeps. Mimic is doing its job very, very well.
It's
It's
mimicking.
tanking the Orchid and dealing the damage it needs to.
Oh,
gonna be a
Lil
big
Bro,
leak.
you're leaking to
Lil
the
Bro
income
leaks
only.
the income! 64% Genum! 75%
Oh.
Adams! Bulgarian squatters! Can
Squatters.
anybody stop these guys?
Yeah, the
Now,
Lizard,
Nictia
of
is going
course.
for a bit of a leak of his own,
Yeah.
42% against the Lizard. He was kind of all in for this play here, but it pays off. They're getting a ton of
My
king damage in
lord.
on wave 8.
Yeah, and Iku still has Castle. Like, he's chilling.
You know, he's giga chilly. He's
Giga
bottom
chilly.
power score for now, but Castle player on top.
Oh,
What an absolute juicer.
oh. The APS lifesteal. No, you're not going for the APS lifesteal Berserker?
I think you probably should,
I don't know. It's also, yeah, I mean, probably, yeah.
because then he just can roll Shadow Dancer, right?
Yeah, with the Dark Mage and the APS and the
just
lifesteal.
skillfully roll the
And
Shadow
the
Dancer.
Vampire. Yeah, I think that would be very skillful.
Gates,
Ah!
unlucky. He wasn't skillful enough
Lucky.
here, but he doesn't need it yet. He needs it on like 11
Yeah.
and 12.
Adams, skillfully, plus 60.
Yeah. Chaos overbuild, his favourite.
Fast and aggressive.
And Lil Bro stayed 10 workers as well. So they are going to accept this send here on 10. I do expect Nice Luck to save their Mythium. Maybe return some of that tee-hee-hee favour.
Yeah. They will save.
And they do.
I
so
wonder how well they do, because Adams didn't roll amazingly for this wave, somehow. I think that must be a bug.
It must be a bug,
Um,
right?
He is almost on value, but his units are very weak here. Of course, Lil Bro is pretty good here, but Mole,
Mole is pretty good
looks-
against what Lil Bro has on the table.
yeah.
All right, Adams, he places the Disciple, which is good on 10, but it's not amazing. I think a lot of it's going to come down to whether or not this Mimic takes focus.
Yeah. It
So
should.
let's have a look.
But,
Does this
you
Mimic
know.
tank? It does, of course, tank everything from the left side. So nice luck
Yeah.
again for Adamus kicking in. But honestly, the Mimic
It's-
tanking, it has arcane HP. It does get a lot of damage on the Orchid before it goes down. It's not the end of the world. I think Adamus, he will leak it. Won't be bad, though. And Lil Bro, with his 19 billion value, is also
leaks.
leaking, actually. Very small, but it's a leak.
Yeah. Ah, Nick T. You rolled Avenger. You needed to roll the DK.
Yeah, unlucky.
Rookie error there.
He can just shift some gold on 11 and roll full DK for 12, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, they are not going 11 on Isolde and the Dams, and the Bulgarian squatters seem to be reading it because they didn't send here.
Mm-hmm. And there's sacrifice as well, right? So
Yeah.
they can both take sack. They can sell a bad unit on 12 for a good unit on 12.
Yeah. The thing is, Iku doesn't have a good unit for wave 12.
No, he doesn't. And he doesn't have reroll either.
And there is the all-out assault. There is 400 lithium on Isolde and Adams. Adams is wasting a bit of gold just for good measure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, only 10.
Sacrifice. No Harden here. That's really good.
Vampire picked up on Nictia rather than Sacrifice, by the way.
Yeah.
And he rolls Archer. Okay.
Archer
mean,
is pretty decent, yeah.
Archer's
with
pretty
the
decent.
APS.
He did skillfully roll the Tempest, so he can just go for a lifesteal APS Leviathan Big Archer, maybe, but that's probably too much gold. He didn't take the sacrifice, remember?
Yeah.
He didn't harden here either, crucially.
Yeah.
So he's got that on 12.
So they just... Oh, they go full here. I don't necessarily agree with the full send
Mhm.
here.
Maybe they're thinking that Team Nice Luck have just pushed really hard. But yeah, like, Genom is an absolute god on this wave. He's never leaking. He's amazing on this wave. So I think Iku should just have gone
Yeah.
Income King. And Adams, I mean, he's not great this wave, honestly, on Adams. So the Witch from Nictia
Yeah.
might get a leak there, but really the King upgrades are just going to be more useful for them here. So he does get that full Trinity Archer, he has the Vampire Aura, he's hardening the Golem in the split, but the send is massive.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Yeah.
massive.
And Iku didn't use the sacrifice yet, but he obviously doesn't have something amazing to sacrifice as
Yeah.
well.
Now, this Golem's
So
doing
let's-
its job in the split. It is allowing the Trinity Archer to clean up the left side very nicely. Iku, how are you doing? He's on very good value there, 2.2k on Iku.
Little bro is just holding.
Oh, Nictia, has he done it again? No, he does leak here.
Does he kill the ogre?
No,
he
he
doesn't.
doesn't. He's-
But he's holding.
Yeah,
Iku.
Iku is
This
holding.
time it's Iku.
But he has got the power of value, right? But
Yeah,
yeah,
of
the
course.
full send against Isolde, I'm pretty sure was a mistake. Like, he's just so strong here. Iku, I think, should have gone for Income King.
Both, honestly.
Yeah, both,
But
honestly.
it's fine. I mean,
Yeah,
it's fine.
Adamus leaked
It-
here, though, right? Like, how much was that leak on Adams?
50 or 60%. It's not really worth it.
44%. It's not worth it, no. They should have just taken the Income King there when they were under such massive pressure.
But it's fine. Like, Iku is 7 more workers than Isolde and 9
Yep.
more workers than Adams, has most income in the game, also has most value in the game. Like, he's giga chilling.
Giga. Yeah, he's in a
So-
very nice position. And his
Oh.
role is looking really solid for the late game as well. He's got the lifesteal, white mane, gates.
Yeah. Nick T pushed really hard, and Iku also full
Oh.
pushed.
And Iku
So I
still hasn't
wonder-
used his sacrifice, by the way. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look where this Nekomata is.
Look
I think he
this.
can just sell that Nekomata, turn it into another Hellgate, and have the white mane head chef aura on both.
Yeah, he can. I wonder if they go 14, thinking they can leak Genom and Adams. Yeah, they do.
Is that a mistake, though? I think it is. Jen
Yeah, I
and
think
Adams,
so too.
they're going tee-hee-hee right now.
Yeah.
They're doing the pro gamer move.
Oh, he's building Hades here.
Oh,
They
okay.
expect 15. They expect 15, I think.
Okay.
That's then this is actually brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm criticizing them for making the right play. Absolutely
he is full
reading their
boosting
opponent.
and hardening though. So
Yeah.
and Adams is even selling some stuff for the
Yeah,
Doomsday here.
maybe not. Maybe they are not expecting 15.
Yeah.
Does he get the pack leader or is he getting Jules?
He got the
No,
pack
he's
leader.
getting the pack leader. Yeah, good.
But with that Doomsday out, I think Adams is kind of chilling. Although he's undervalued by quite a decent amount.
They have no value. Like, this is gonna be a big leak, I think. At least on Jenem, but I also don't think Adams is holding.
Does he get the second dragon out? He does not. That is a big leak on Jenem. 92%.
Yeah, they just die.
And
They
Adams,
just die.
66%.
The Bulgarian squatters.
Bulgarian squatters? Hello?
Absolute god gamers.
These guys are on a roll, Julian.
My lord. These absolute god gamers.
Holy moly, that is a whoop-a-gaga. Game number 1, series number 2, Bulgarian squatters.
My lord. The chaos abuse.
So, Nictia has shown to us today he is not only a better Chaos player than Kingdens, he's also a better Chaos player than Adamus. Probably the two luckiest Chaos rollers on the entire Legion TD2 ladder. And Nictia has just outlucked them both.
Yeah.
What a series,
My
dude.
lord.
What a series.
How does it keep happening? I
mean,
can't.
Just go back to this wave 8, right? Like, Nictia
that was really well
absolutely
played.
reading Adamus like a book. He goes for that Mimic Send into the upgraded, boosted Infiltrator, and Adamus leaks 75% there while having 1,000 value. And Lil, bro, 1,000 value. A Leviathan Tempest Circle, leaking 64%. That just can't be allowed to happen. So they take a big early lead there on wave 8. They get a little bit more chip damage done on wave 10. Not very much, to be fair. That was looking probably better for the team Nice Luck. And then this wave 12. The big hold from Iku. The almost hold from Nictia as well, by the way.
Yeah.
Who skillfully rolled that Trinity Archer just in time. And yeah, man, then the killer blow there on 14. Team Nice Luck thinking they could afford to skip that wave and proven fatally wrong.
Yeah, they could not. But they were already so far behind that they probably had to risk it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, I don't hate the play. Like, when you're behind in the game, you have to take a risk. You have to go for the you have to know you're out and you have to chase them. And I think Team Nice Luck did that. They were playing to win rather than playing not to lose. But when the problem with not playing not to lose is that sometimes you just lose. So if you can just get your mind around that tongue twister, Julian, I know that's a very difficult one for your tiny little brain, but it's fine. And let's see, do we have our second lobby open? I'm glad that you've gone for the soundboard collection there.
The lobby is open, but currently all slots are closed apart from for the players.
That's very
and
good.
I have sneaked in, so now I could play with your brother against Adams and Isolde, and no one could see it.
Okay, maybe you could let them know they might want to open a slot for the caster.
Yeah, maybe.
That might help, you know.
Yeah, now they have.
Okay.
Very good, very good.
I'm in.
Yeah. And instantly the lobby is full. Amazing.
All right, I'm just going to say that we're ready, and then I can bring your beautiful face back up on my screen.
Oh no,
Oh.
the poor viewers. Adama's bathroom, probably molding really hard.
Probably molding very, very hard. Yeah, he just got out chaosed. He just got absolutely out chaosed. It's got to feel embarrassing for the Chaos Lord himself, Adamus.
Yeah.
So, Julian, I mean, what do the underdogs have to do here in game number 2 to bring this one back? To not get 2-0'd by the seemingly unstoppable force of the Bulgarian squatters?
I think they need to do what they do best, which is overbuild and cringe early on, so they don't get cringed on for wave 8 again. And then just get into the mid game on even footing and not being behind.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it really came down to that wave 8. I think in the first game that was the pivotal moment where Team Nice Luck took just too much king damage. especially with Isolde Waldoing pretty hard there. He
Yeah, that
should have
was
been
a
the one
solid
to hold,
Waldo.
but he went full Waldo, and they took, what was it, 40% king damage or so? And then from
Yeah.
there, they're just playing on the back foot, and you never really want to be in that position in Legion. Like, certain combat mechanics do exist. The Wave 10 misstep from the Bulgarian squatters did kind of give them a chance, but yeah, in the end, the squatters took it, and now, with a 1-0 lead, we're about to go into game number 2. So, Julian, let's see how Team Nice Luck can set themselves up for victory this time around.
Yeah, let's have a look. What are they going to pick? I mean, Nicty's best option, of course, now already taken, the Chaos.
Hmm.
And no one is picking anything. Great! That's a great approach, guys. Don't pick. Just, dodge the game and requeue.
And Adamus, he's been bullied off of his trademark Chaos. He's going for Cartel here instead.
Oh, that's not gonna go well.
Yeah.
He's very, very much known to be a one-trick pony, of course.
Of course, yeah. And Nictia and Iko, or Itzo. I've been informed by a member of chat that it's pronounced Itzo, so I'll have to try that one. Although, forgive me, please, if I slip back into Iku.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I...
Oh, I thought they might do
Oh.
the double castle strat that worked so well against
Cash.
Abrasiet, but no, we have castle on Nictia, and we have cash out on Itzo.
Yeah, and he has a very... Oh, well, not very, but he has a nice AoE roll.
Now,
and
Lil Bro
you're-
Jenham's got some very pretty lane monuments. That's worth talking about. He's got an entire row of Sakuras. He's got some cabbages
Nice.
over here, and then his trademark rats. He is, after all, the Rat King.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And he has skillfully rolled Pota with a pretty good Pota roll.
Yeah.
So,
Not as good as King Danz's was in the first series, though, it has to be said. But pretty good.
Yeah. pretty good.
Oh, and they
Oh.
snailed Itzo, so they have been doing some research on the games. They know that Itzo likes a bit of Fiesta every now and then, but he's playing cash out, and this is just free 6 gold.
Thank you for the free gold.
And Nictia with a very safe Castle Green Devil opener there, and he's tee-hee-heeing Adamus.
Is your brother... 4 worker, Green Devil, hello?
Hello! Okay, now he pushes, but it's a little bit late, yeah.
He wasted at least 1 Mythium there.
At least. I mean, that's definitely going to come back to haunt him on wave number 3 when he goes for Ascend.
Is he getting snailed here, though?
But Adamus, he's also staying 4 workers. He's not pushing the 5th, even though he has it in income here with Cartel. So he's playing Giga safe, and he can go for either a full veteran or a Mudman on 3.
I hate this so much.
Oh yeah, the king up there. And
I hate this so much.
Nictia, he full gambled here. He didn't add the Bone
Yeah.
Warrior. He would have leaked, what is it, like 50% of Green Devil
Yeah.
leaks to a snail?
Yeah. No, 0 pressure, easy 6 or 7 workers, still holding on wave 4.
Although, can you push your workers, Nictia?
Oh my lord.
What are
I'm
you
just
doing?
I'm just seeing Nick T's roll. Do you see it as well?
Oh, oh, Julian, that is a roll. He has the Shadow Dancer with APS, with Ocean Templar, with good tanks to stand in front, and a Dark Mage to top it all off. And the Legion spells include Vampire. Julian, if this gets into the late game with that roll and Castle Power Spike, it's just over.
It's just over. And Adam's going for the Hired Mudman, staying 4 workers.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to pay off. He gets an 80 cent here, which he's very easily holding, of course. But 0 balls, Cartel, Nightmare, 4 workers, wave 3.
Yeah. I mean, he has to get an advantage with his cartel, and right now he really doesn't have an advantage over the castle player. But of course, it's still early days.
All right, we have a Fiend coming out from Isolde, but Nictia, he did shift a lot of gold on wave 3. Tell me he's building something better than a Grawl with that gold he shifted.
Oh no, he's building Grawl and Fire Archer if he has it. I think he has that. Yeah, I don't think he has anything better, to be honest. No, don't build a Gargoyle.
Yeah, but doesn't this just tank the Fiend? Doesn't it get run over?
No. I don't think so. because this is third column, right?
Oh, okay. It's just going to Smurf. It tanks 3 chickens. Nictia clearly the better builder than his brother.
Was this? I didn't check. Was this a post-income cannoneer by Iku? I think it was.
Oh, it
And
must have
it's
been.
getting
It works.
Genom.
56%. Yeah, it was
Oh.
definitely post-income because he only has
Yeah.
17 Mythium.
Yeah, I guess that's worth. I mean, considering it got
Yeah.
a big leak. It's very risky, of course.
Very
and now
risky,
he
but
pushes 8
does
workers.
work.
What?
Okay.
Oof.
It's so.
It's so. I'm never gonna say that.
Alright, we have a little Fiend in there from Nictia. Adamus, of course, is looking pretty safe there with that value, with those units. Nictia, his 385 value. He's playing this one fast and aggressive.
I think if he just incomes into Adamus, like every few waves, but never really goes full, that's very good for him.
Yeah.
He's the same workers as Adamus the entire game. Well, he even had more workers than Adamus early game. So far it's looking really, really good. They just can't, they just need to make sure they don't overpush and get like a big league with, say, against a Ghost Knight on 8 or something.
And very nice focus there from Adamus. Of course, he only received a Fiend, so not really expecting anything much from this send. And that is an easy hold, in fact. Now, he's looking pretty low down on the power score, but that, of course, is because of the post-income Cannoneer. So that will fix itself now on wave 6. And yeah, he's back up there with the rest of them.
And there it is!
Nictia gets the Shadow Dancer here on wave 6. But the send isn't coming here. I wonder how long Genom wants to cringe for.
Yeah, I wonder as well.
Alright.
What is Itzo doing? He's adding an APS? No, he's not.
He's
He
adding
doesn't
full Royal
shift
Guard.
this time, and that's the first time he's wrong today.
Yeah, he's been making some really good calls so far. And this one was not. That Royal Guard is trash on wave 7.
Yep. And wave 8.
And
if they
wave
decide
8,
to skip one more, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and with these income sends here, which Isolde and Adamus are both easily holding, they're under no pressure, but they do still go for the wave 7 send. Okay, now the saving grace here is that the Royal Guard is garbage on 7, but it is pretty good against a Mimic. So we'll just have to see how the focus works here.
Oh wow, and Adamus pushing to 12 workers here. That's really, really, really risky.
Very aggressive, yeah. But he's very good on this wave. Very good on this wave.
Yeah. Is Nicti shifting 70 gold and is Iku shifting? Are they?
No, they're building.
Okay, good.
But yeah, I mean, these are going to be some big leaks. 200 send against Itzo, 160 against Nictia, and neither of them are looking good on this wave. Maybe the Shadow Dancer can pull off a miracle? No, the Shadow Dancer just walked into the middle of the lane. It's going to tank the entire split. He has one clone there, and the other clone spawns behind him. Miracle time?
I think he just holds, no?
No, he doesn't hold. The Shadow Dancer main body is now taking focus. He's doing very well, but he's not holding.
Yeah, he's not holding. Okay. Yeah, if he had a bit better focus, he might have held there.
Yeah.
But
52% leak against the big send is fine. But what is not fine is the fact that Itzo also leaked the entire wave. Yeah. These guys are going to take a ton of damage here.
Yeah. They incomed one time too many on wave 6. This enabled the Mimic and a lot of Brutes on wave 7. If they had just saved on 6, I think they would have been completely fine.
Yeah. Yeah, they both received like another 20 or 40 Mythium on wave 7 because of that income send.
Yeah.
So maybe the first misstep there from Team Bulgarian Squatters, starting to show some signs of weakness.
Oh, Adams is going for the bunk here, expecting a send here, I guess.
Yeah, which is not coming. Bulgarian Squatters are going for that reverse cringe, it looks like.
Yeah. I wonder if they hold here, though.
With 2 Green Devils and a Shadow Dancer, I think Nictia should hold quite easily. But again, it all depends on whether or not that Shadow Dancer takes focus early. And meanwhile, Itzo, his Zeus surviving on 8% HP. is just giving him the best possible hold. It's still not going to be enough, mind, because the Royal Guard is garbage on this wave.
yeah.
So that's a 50% leak. But yeah, Nictia's Shadow Dancer, it is popping off. He's going to hold his own lane. He's going to full cover the mid. And now, these guys, they do have the big pressure advantage.
Yeah, do they go here?
I don't know. They both have ogres nearly in income.
Yeah,
Or they
not
just
quite.
Not quite. Okay. They're saving their Mythium.
Okay.
They're saying,
Hold on to your horses.
let's not push workers. Let's save a little longer.
Let's go one more wave.
Oh. Alright. 280
it.
gold on Isolde and Adamus. What is their build here? Adams, he does have Mudman. He's going for a Violet. I wonder if he hardens here. Oh, he's even shifting gold on Adams. Good read. Good read, Adams.
Yeah, that's a really good read by Team Nice Luck.
Hmm.
I don't like the way they are playing this on Nicti and Iku. I really don't. Or
Yeah,
Itzo.
I mean, Nictia has possibly the strongest role in the game right now. Certainly for the late game. To be fair, he's got a pretty rough early game.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you need to save a bit more and have pressure while not pushing. And then you just income send whenever you send.
All right.
But, yeah.
They did send here Adamus, of course. With that shift, he does get the doppelganger. He didn't harden last wave, so he can do that here. Really good read from Adams, actually. Not just shifting gold, but like maybe he would try and hedge his bets, you know? Like he's shifting gold on 9, so then he's going to harden his Mudman on 9. But no, he fully commits to the play. He shifts gold, doesn't harden, and as a result, he's looking really strong here on 10.
Yeah.
But 300 send is a lot of Mythium, though.
Yeah, but the Bulgarian spotters also really don't look strong on this wave, so they will probably leak to the king as well. And that's gonna be really, really painful for them.
No, the Shadow Dancer on Nictia is dead before the King Claw takes any damage. He's going to leak really badly. Adamus does leak 98%. That is a shutdown as well. And Genum's a shutdown. But the Bulgarian squatters, I mean, they're just taking infinite damage here. Do they die?
Do they? I think they die. I think they just die.
I think they just die for fun.
For fun?
They do. Oh, wow.
Did you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we asked, can anyone beat the Bulgarian squatters? And it turns out, yes. Team Nice Luck very much can.
Yeah.
So that's a tied series, ladies and gentlemen. We have
well
1-1 from Nice Luck against the Bulgarian squatters. And this one felt really one-sided, actually. We got this post-income Cannoneer, did work on wave 4, but then took the pressure off of Isolde. And then we got this massive send on wave 7, losing nearly half of their king HP for the Bulgarian squatters. And yet, Julian, you were exactly right. This income send on 6 was really bad for the squatters. Like, it just backfired massively in their faces when they got this massive 200 Mythium, 160 Mythium send on 7. And yeah, then they just went for the 1-2 punch with this big send on 10. They're just dead.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because I think Nicti's role would have been so strong, especially with the castle. Just hold your horses, just don't send 6, make sure you're fine 7.
Yeah.
But it's of course so much easier to say from our position. When you're in the game, you see you're undervalue by like a lot, and then you think, I need the income for unit X or something, and then you build for the wave, you expect them to send, they don't send, and then suddenly you're in big trouble.
Yeah. And they're just dying to income sends. Like, this is the wave before the castle power spike kicks in. And yeah, I think it was pretty unlucky focus there for Nictia, because we saw his Shadow Dancer was dead before the King Claw even took any damage, which is pretty unlikely, I think, with where it's positioned there, right at the back. But it happened. He leaked 75%, and that was enough to kill them. I think, for sure, if King Claw tanks, they survive. Like, they're probably still leaking and taking a ton of damage, but they survive. And then maybe there's a chance with the castle, with the roll potential and stuff like that. But, I mean, yeah, fair play. Team Nice Luck. They do live up to their name. They tie the series. and now there's everything to play for in game number 3.
Yeah. But I think like they always take a lot of damage on wave 10, even if the King Claw tanks. Like it's always a very, very hard game from that spot for the Bulgarian squatters.
Yeah, definitely. Like they were really behind after the early game, so they did need one of those miracles to kick in again. They needed the Shadow Dancer to pop off, and in this case, he just didn't. So
yeah, that happens. That's what Green always says. Like, my Shadow Dancer got focused first. I'm leaking 95%. So
those words may have crossed my lips once or twice in the past as well.
Maybe. Yeah, I may be guilty of saying these things as well. Maybe.
But it looks like we have a quick bathroom break from the players, so we've got a couple of minutes now before the next game. So, Julian, I think a couple of times now we've made the mistake of calling the Bulgarian squatters the underdogs, and a couple of times they've proved us A, wrong, but B, that they're the match, it seems, of any team in this tournament today.
Yeah.
So, with everything to play for now going into game number 3, do you have a favourite? Do you think it's going to go for nice luck? Do you think the Bulgarian squatters are going to clench it? What's your call?
Well, I think Team Nice Luck is going to take it. I can't really... I mean, like, Itzo and Nikti have played really, really well, and they've surprised me. But I can't go against, like, the players that I know so well from the ladder. And, I've lost to Nikti and Iku on the ladder, but, I always, like, knew, okay, I went wrong here, I didn't pay attention there or something. I never felt like there was nothing I could have done. Whereas against the Dams and Janum, I definitely had these games where I felt like, well, I played as well as I can, and they still beat me.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
if they really like get it together and play well in a team like they did last game, I still massively favor them.
Yeah, I mean, game number 2 was very one-sided. Like they stomped basically. So if Nice Luck have a repeat performance, if both teams are playing the same as they did in game number 2, then yep, Nice Luck are going to win. But if the Bulgarian squatters can show us a little bit more magic that they showed us in both the first series and game number 1 of this series, then who knows?
Who knows? I mean, I'm up for the upset, man. If Iku and Nikti, they can like get out first in the group, that would be damn.
Yeah, but I mean, the winner of this match is guaranteed through to tomorrow, right?
Yeah,
and the loser is not even out of the tournament, by the way, because
the
loser just dropped into the elimination match. But guys, enough guessing, enough chatting. It is time for game number 3. Let's see who makes it through to the finals tomorrow.
All right, counterattack. Who's gonna pick Fiesta? Adams goes for his trusted Chaos.
Of course. With
course.
Oh, that's not Pawn Shop. That's that is Creditor in the game. I thought he was just gonna Giga Chaos abuse. Nictia is on Cash Out, and
Cartel.
Janum is on Cartel, and
no
Itzo's
one on
Greed.
Fiesta. Excuse me.
Well, I think both of these teams really want to win now, so they're not going for like
Nani?
a risky
They
play.
want to win?
But now they really want to win.
Excuse me, Penny.
Of course, all the players want to win, but now they really want to win.
The Giga want to win.
They're not just playing for fun anymore,
Yeah. It's all fun and games until someone starts cringing.
All right. I was going to say Adams has an insane role, but of course he's playing Chaos or whatever. Janum, his role's looking interesting. It's got really good top end, but pretty bad early game.
Oh, he's going gun. Why doesn't he open Crusher Angler with White Mane and the LOD? Oh, well. Fine. Iku going for the Mudman start.
Nictia, though, with that flying archer Hades role, is looking pretty solid, and the rest of his role is just tanks. I think it's really a pretty good role.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mudman opener from Itzo is not it though. That is a bad opener.
It's not it, especially without Serpent.
Yeah. Bad opener. Bad.
Bad! Don't! But yeah, I mean, the thing is, everyone knows it's such a bad opener. So especially people like Janum, who may not have
staying 4 workers as well, by the way, so that he
Yeah.
can add an angler.
Yeah, but he may not have the most stable mental. So he might just be triggered by this into income sending a lot.
Hmm.
So, it
Oh.
might just work on the mental warfare level.
Yeah. Both
Yeah, the
Janum
pings
and
come out,
Itzo
yeah.
staying very low workers, very high value here.
I mean, certainly if I saw this build in my game, no matter if it's my teammate or the enemy, I would be tilted.
Yeah, I mean, with good reason, right?
What is this?
Now we get a double snail send against Isolde, but that seems pretty unlikely to achieve anything. And likewise, the snails into Nictia is not going to get much done. Surely he just upgrades the Chain Fist here.
Yeah, but he pushed 6 workers for the first time in his life.
I mean, yeah, he's just a fast and aggressive player like his brother, you know. But he probably should upgrade that Chain Fist, though.
Yeah, he should. Oh no, he rerolled for.
Well, maybe
Steed.
play it.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, he has more APM than you, so it wasn't really close.
Yeah, it's not hard. And the
Yes.
3 snails against Genum, how is he doing? It looks like that's going to be a leak, actually.
Yeah.
And not a particularly small one.
Your brother might leak as
33%.
well.
Okay, it is
I
a
don't know.
particularly small one. And Nictia, yeah, he's leaking 41% as well to 3 snails of his own. Now, the reason for that is the Steed was a little bit too far forward, and the Elite Archer didn't tank, basically, the initial part of the wave.
Yeah, once again, we can see that you taught him everything he knows. It's just.
Now,
Yeah.
we have Brute Snail Send here from Genum. Itzo, though, he's still on those initial 4 workers. Maybe you harden here because you're so bad this wave.
What is this?
What is going on? What is happening in my video games? Right, we didn't get a harden out of Itzo, and he's very bad on this wave. It has to be said.
Yeah.
And in fact, both of his steeds are the first units to die. Now he only has his impact units left. He's 4 workers and he's leaking half the wave, Julian. Oh, 66% leak one on 4 workers. That is not the future.
Bruder,
And now, Team Nice Luck, they're pulling ahead with 7 workers apiece. Man, this looks like it's leaning towards a repeat of Game 2.
Yeah. Oh, my lord. I mean, your brother still has a nice role, and he's on value, but this is so rough.
Yeah. I mean, they are getting a resend here, and Nictia should hold for sure. Itzo... I mean, he's only getting a lizard. He's going to be fine. He's even
fine.
hardening here. Wow.
Which, yeah.
But he's hardening so that he can treasure hunt.
Okay. Yeah. And Genum doesn't look amazing on wave 6. Your brother has a lot of lithium, but he's gonna get Orchid, so he's gonna be
shifted
fine.
here, right? Genum shifted gold?
30 gold or something. And he doesn't need to shift more because of Carter.
Mm-hmm. He's a little bit shy. He'll either need a leak or he'll need to resend.
Yeah, but you don't mind resending into the 5-worker Mudman Butcher double steed build.
Yeah, and that is a double brute send from Nictia. And
Yeah,
Genum's on 199 gold, but of course he doesn't mind selling a Peewee.
Yeah.
And there is that Orchid. He's
Does he
on
boost?
640 value. I don't even know if the boost is that good, because it just means the rest of his stuff dies really quickly. You kind of want the Orchid to tank, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. If this gets a decent leak out of Genom, then I think the game is very much back to possible for the Bulgarian
But
squatters.
the Orchid is just so good this way. And look, the
And the
lizard is just
lizard-
being tanked by the Gatling gun. That's rough. That's really rough. Although now the split is on it as well, it is going to go down.
I mean, that is a leak out of Genom.
Not a very
Adamus?
bad one, though. Adamus, is he Waldoing? No, he's fine. He's fine. 37% leak on Genom. I mean, yeah, that's really good for Genom, actually. It's a big send. Nick T starved him pretty hard. The leak is basically non-existent. Although, Adamus, again, is he Waldoing? No, he's fine.
No,
he's fine.
not
He's got this.
Waldoing. Yeah, he's got this. He's gonna cover.
Yeah, full cover. Easy.
Full cover, yeah.
Alright, so First Blood does go over to the side of the Bulgarian squatters. It's not much, it's 9%.
No.
And Adamus is on fire now. Wave 7.
Yeah. At least he has his Avenger now.
It's so still on 5 workers, by the way. Okay, he has 2 rats. It's not as
Yeah,
bad as it
it's-
looks.
Yeah. What is your brother doing? Can he build?
I think he should shift some gold. He
Yeah, yeah.
does, okay. So he's going to get the Trinity Archer out for next wave. Oh, but the send
He
is
does
here.
get a send here. I don't know if... Is he holding this?
He's pretty good, right?
He is pretty
The
good.
damage is just wiping up the left-hand
Yeah.
side of the wave almost immediately.
Yeah.
Maybe
Should
he
be
leaked
fine.
the Ashton, but maybe not even that.
He's... I don't know. Probably leaking the Ashton.
He's leaking the Ashton.
Lucky.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's quite
Although
a bit of gold.
long
that you
waves with this worker advantage on the side of Team Nice Luck,
Yeah.
that's less fine.
Okay, income sent. I'll kind of like to see those.
Yeah. Genom's on some pretty healthy value over there. Although he's not great. Well, actually, no, he is great this wave. He's got 2 veterans, he's got a gun. Orchid is good damage and good tank.
Yeah. It's a shame Itzo is so far behind.
Yeah,
He's hunting
really
here
struggling.
or not. If he's not hunting, he's holding, but then he's also 5 workers on wave 8.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
Really not ideal.
That's a 200 send, but yeah, he should hold while having 1070 value on wave 8.
Yeah.
Nictia, of course, would cover anyway.
Yeah.
And Genom, he's easy holding the 160 send there. Adamus, he's easy holding the 120 send there. And Itzo, I mean, does he even hold? How many slaps have we got left on this thing? None.
None.
He's gonna leak.
Yeah, that's really bad.
That's it. This
Yeah.
game has gone so badly for Itzo. I mean, I feel for the guy. This is
Yeah,
really
that's
not his game.
unfortunate. Yeah. But, you know, it's the first game out of 6 games where he's had a really rough one, I think.
Mhm.
Well, maybe the Fiesta one in game 2 against Team Abrasiert, where he had a really tough role to make work, so
Yeah, yeah.
it's just understandable. But this is just, it sucks.
This is
for him.
really bad. Yeah, he's having a very rough game.
Yeah.
We had that 4-worker leak on wave 4. Wasn't even a
Yeah.
small leak. He leaked like 60% there on wave 4, and 5 workers on wave 8, leaking again another 50 or 60%.
Yeah. And like he's 60 income behind Adams right now.
Yeah,
And he's not playing Castle, he's playing Greed.
and he's
And
6
Adams is
workers behind
chaos.
Adams. And
Yeah.
and he's less value than Adams. Okay, but he shifted. So
Yeah, but still. Like he is having a really, really rough game.
Yep.
I think now they really need a miracle on the Bulgarian squatters.
yeah, they do. Jules thinks they have a 40% chance to win, which leads me to believe that maybe Jules
Yeah.
has been coughing some copium.
I think Jules also thinks that DK APS is balanced, so and
Yeah.
Pota Mask is also balanced. So I think that's similar levels of copium.
I mean, are you trying to say that they're not?
Oh no, no,
Because
I would never.
that just sounds like a perception issue to me.
Yeah, it's a massive perception issue. Just
All
like
right.
the 60-40. Oh, he doesn't even get the sovereign with his shift.
Yeah.
Now he's adding head chef
This
and
is rough.
butcher. Oh,
They don't even have more Mythium, by the way.
no.
They're starving, and they have less Mythium than the people they're starving.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, your brother is gonna be roughly even with Isolde, maybe slightly ahead, and he's slightly
Yeah.
behind the dams.
When are they going to send though? Here.
Here,
Oh, but Itzo is saving.
saving, yeah.
He's thinking, okay, I'm out of the game. It's time for me to just put the brakes on and try and slow Adamus down a little bit. But he's absolutely resigning himself to like be dead in this game by not sending here on wave 11. He has
Yeah.
95 income. Julian, wave 11, 95 income.
Yeah, I know some players that regularly have that amount of income on wave 11, but
Hmm. Why don't you just keep your opinions to yourself, Julian? Okay. If you haven't got anything nice to say, you don't say anything at all. Yeah.
okay. I wasn't even referring to you, but
Okay. Well, that's all right then.
your brother taking GA, not using it, but he's probably still gonna hold here because
Okay,
it's only
Sonic.
income.
And we have Jenom's
gun
gun
is dead.
does die very quickly, but with a GA Kingpin and a Lord of Death, he's looking pretty strong here, actually.
Does he?
Yeah, I mean,
Does
the
he hold?
Kingpin goes down. Now the two dragons die. Now the Kingpin
he's
goes
holding.
down
He's
again.
leaking. He's
He is
leaking.
leaking.
And that's shut down.
Shut down! And Itzo and Nictia both holding, but they're still really behind in workers.
Yeah, but this exchange was kind of good for them. I mean, they get shut down.
Did Itzo hunt here? No, he didn't.
He has 95 income. He can't hunt.
95 income. When are they going to send next against Jenom and Adamus?
I mean, that's more than half of Jenom's income, so
Oh,
he's
wow.
doing pretty fine.
Adamus very skillfully rolled that Fire Lord
Fire
here on
Lord,
wave
yeah.
12, presumably when Iku was going to send 13. That's
I think this is a 14 angle for them anyway.
yeah, but then on 14 he has flying archers and regen canopies and you
Yeah,
know,
maybe
I mean
it's
this is
just,
just the problem with Chaos, right? Like if Chaos
Yeah,
players are lucky, which Adamus clearly is, they just don't have weak waves, so you just can't send against them.
Yeah. Is there any particular reason why your brother upgraded this Leviathan instead of the one next to the Archer?
He wanted to buff the Windhawk, obviously.
Yeah,
Very important for that Windhawk to have plus 19% damage.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Okay.
Just get on the level, Julian. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't this just no? With 2 units alive, he's not leaking here, but oh, and GA as well. But this is a wave
Okay.
13 send,
Big
and
boy, yeah.
Adams. I don't know, man. He's gonna have that Phoenix. Oh, he's gonna have that Phoenix and then some. Actually, Adams is
Yeah.
giga strong here. He's overvalue.
Yeah. But does his Phoenix tank anything? It might
It's going
tank
to
the
tank the
split.
split, yeah, because his split is all ranged, so it's going to be a nice little
But
bridge
there's
down
a
here.
Disciple and a Ranger and an Archer and Tempest, which might all tank before.
And crucially, though, Team Nice Luck are saving their Mythium here.
Yeah, they are.
Is Adamus shifting 160 gold as well? He is.
He is, yeah. Okay.
But the 400 send
Jenom
against
boosted.
Jenom is just not going to get anything done, I don't think. He boosted his Orchid, he has a full Hades. There's Imps, which I hate against Hades. I think that's a very bad send. They're just basically little pockets of mana for the Hades.
Thing is just carrying, of course,
Yeah,
'cause it's
yeah.
Phoenix and
Yeah,
that.
very skilled Chaos player, rolling the Phoenix with the Leviathan for wave 13. Easy hold there for Adamus. Now, Lil Bro does leak. He's not on shutdown, 52%.
Yeah,
Adamus can clean it up in the mid.
Yeah, Adams is just completely out of the... I mean, he's playing Creditor, he shifted on this wave, and he held.
Oh,
so
wow.
it's like... Yeah,
Yeah,
you know.
the game's over.
Yeah.
And
I
now
mean,
we
there's a
have,
26% chance they are winning, right?
yeah,
right?
right, guys.
Right?
Right.
Right, Jules?
Yeah, I think Jules' copium has just kicked into industrial levels there, it seems, to give them even a 26% chance of winning this one.
Yeah.
What is this build, Nictia? Like, what? Nani?
What are you doing, fam?
What is going on?
Stop! I can't. I don't. Like, and he still hasn't used his GA, and he's income kinging, thinking that.
What is you do? What is the GA for?
Ja, das wüsste ich auch gern, Minion.
Like, is he saving the GA for next game or what?
Yeah, it has to be.
He did shift some gold here, though, right? So I think he's going to go for the Hades here in that very inviting spot he's left between his Leviathans.
He doesn't have enough gold for it. He needs to sell for 100 gold.
Well, yeah.
60 something.
Seven-
Maybe one
70
Oathbreaker is
70
enough.
gold.
Maybe one Oath is enough. I don't know.
He needs 65 gold. Which it would, yeah. I mean, maybe
No, one Oath is not enough. He
One
needs
Oath
to
is
sell
not
2
enough.
Wind Talks.
Wow, that's rough.
And he's getting Kraken, so it's not potentially not even worth it.
Hmm. But he needs it though. He needs that Hades.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
does. He sells the Windhawks. Okay, and now,
and
but
he's
the
gonna
GA
GA
on the Hades is so bad as well because
Yeah,
the Hades doesn't die until you've already leaked, basically.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
what's the point of it coming back?
yeah. Okay, the Kraken is getting ignored up until now, and it is getting focused by everything, which is good
It does die pretty
to a
quickly.
degree. But
Alright,
he's
let's
still
see.
gonna leak Boss and Needler.
Yeah, how much fun can Nictia have here? Is he going to get lots of fun last hits, or is he not? It looks like no. It does resummon now, of course, on arrival. Kills one more octopus,
Yeah,
but
this
I mean the
is
leak is
also
massive.
dead.
Yeah, it's rough. They'll survive, you know.
Yeah, but the game is over.
Yeah,
Like, This is you
is
don't recover from
infinite
this.
king damage. They do survive, of course, especially with tenacity there, but they have like full king as well. And
24% king win chance for
Jules!
Team Bull against Quadras.
Where are you getting these stats from, Jules? Come on. 24%. Get out of here with that 24%. Look at these shutdowns. 175 gold on the dams, 75 gold on Genom. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Where's this 24% coming from? Like maybe it's missing a decimal point, like 2.4%. I could maybe see that.
I think it's more like 0.24%.
Yeah, it's pretty unlikely.
And those 0.24% is like Adams and Genom DCing and the
Yeah.
bot being unable to build because of a bug. Like it has to be that bad.
Pretty much. Yeah. Pretty.
There's no way. Yeah.
Now,
Alright.
Itzo and Nictia did both shift gold here, so maybe their one last prayer is that they can somehow hold this send here and not send themselves. But
They have
I mean,
to
it's
send here.
just not happening, right? The sends are going to be massive,
They
even with
have
the
to send.
shifted gold.
Yeah. Alright, GG.
Yeah, I mean, look, they have to do this, right? They have to
Yeah,
do
yeah,
this. They can't send here on 17 because
Yeah.
Genom and Adams easily hold it. And if they income king, again, you're not playing to win, you're playing not to lose, as we talked about. And they're playing to win at least, which is, nice try.
Yeah,
I don't
but
like this archer here. I think he needs to sell the Tempest and place the archer in between the double Leviathan. That seems better.
By the way, 27% win chance now.
Okay, Jules is giving them more of a chance. That's very interesting. Genom is king upgrading. They did think that Itzo suicided, which he did not, by the way. He shifted some gold, and now with the fully hardened Mudmen and Golems, can he ever survive here? Let's have a look. Let's see if we can click onto this. It's impossible to click on. I was going to try and click on the Avenger, but it ain't happening. Let's see how much of the wave he gets down. It looks like quite a lot of it. Nictia, though, he's leaking bad against that 1000 Send. He's leaking real bad.
Yeah, he might. Well, he's almost holding.
I mean, the thing comes back. It has the slaps.
It has the slaps, but it's not
it ain't enough. 27% King HP. These guys are dead.
GG! Yeah.
Whippaguga?
Yeah. Unfortunate.
So it looks like the dream unstoppable streak of the Bulgarian squatters has been brought to an end by... That soundboard, man. Unlimited value. By Team Nice Luck, who do take the 2-1 victory here in the winners match, which means Team Nice Luck are guaranteed through to tomorrow's semi-finals, whereas the Bulgarian squatters, we actually have to cast them one more time, Julian, because they're now in the elimination match, and they will be paired up against, do we have their opponents?
Abrasiert.
It's Abrasiert. Okay, so Abrasiert, they did win against Sticky Ostrich in the losers bracket, and now we get to see a rematch. We get to see the Bulgarian squatters against Abrasiert again. So can they win the lottery twice in one day?
Oh, I mean, we'll see.
We'll see.
I think they can.
I mean, they showed us that they can do it. You know, it's just whether or not they will. And on that note, I think we do need to let the players have a little bit of a break, and certainly the casters as well. So I think we should probably say, meet back here in 10 minutes, guys, and we'll let the next game start at around 2040 GMT, 2140 European time.
Yeah.
So, don't go anywhere, Twitch chat. We're going to have a very, very exciting elimination match, which is a rematch of game number 1. So what more can you ask for? Guys, we'll see you back here in 10 minutes. Goodbye. All right, Julian. Hello, hello, hello. How are
Hello,
you doing?
hello, hello. I'm
How are you
doing
doing?
all right.
Oh man. So
It's exhausting.
yeah, it's really hard work, especially when the games are so exciting. Like I've just been
Yeah.
absolutely raving into my microphone for the last 3 hours apparently, according to the stream timer. It's hard work, guys. Spare a thought for your streamers, please. And by the way, if that wasn't enough, we've got another best of 3. We've got the elimination match, and it's a match you guys might have seen before. It's Team Bulgarian Squatters, the unicorn, if you will, and they're facing up against a lesser-known team, Abracet. Now, this... I can't keep a straight face when the air horn blasts into my ears. What? I can't even remember what I was saying. I'm completely speechless. The air horn clearly worked its
Something-
magic there.
Something about Team Abrasiert being like less known and stuff.
Yeah, whatever. Like, it's a rematch. You saw the underdogs win game number 1, but surely Abracet, who maybe underestimated their opponents the first time around, surely they won't make the same mistake again in this crucial elimination match with everything to play for.
Surely not.
Surely not. We're going to have to see Abracet pull out all the stops here if they want to make it through to the finals. But at the same time, the Bulgarian Squatters, who I'm sure have made a few fans here today in the chat, they can do this. They can win against Abracet. We've seen them do it once. They can do it again. They can make it through to tomorrow's finals. But it's Legion, you know. Whichever side is going to make it through, it's not going to be easy for them. The other team has got something to say about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it looks like we're pretty much ready to get into the game. All of the players are here. So, guys, we're about to see everything to play for. Elimination match. Winner makes it through to tomorrow's finals, or semi-finals, I should say. Loser goes home with their tail between their legs and nothing but a nice story to tell the grandkids. Guys and girls, here we go. Game number 1. Let's get it on.
Yeah, let's go. Counter-attack is in the game. Who's gonna pick Fiesta? There it is!
Itzo! And he's got the consort! Yes, let's go!
Let's go. God Gamer.
Right. Now we have King Dans on Cartel. We have Widdowson on Greed. So those guys not taking anything. Hello? Nictia?
No!
That's a
Did you not listen?
very surprising castle pick.
Oh no.
I don't like that at all.
It's bad.
It's bad, yeah, it's bad.
Everyone who says differently has no clue about the game and should just shut the fuck up. There are players that claim that Castle is good with Fiesta, but it's not.
I mean, I can see the line of thinking that the Fiesta player leaks are giving the Castle player gold in the early game.
Yeah,
but they're also giving the opponents gold in the early game. And when your opponent's playing Cartel and sending into Castle, and yeah, this is gonna be rough, I think, for Nicti.
I mean, there are also players that think opening Mudman and adding 2 steeds and a butcher for wave 4 I think is a good idea, you know?
Yeah.
So, and that's probably the same like level of thinking as thinking Castle is good with Fiesta.
Yeah. Nictia probably wants to pick his role and place a unit. He does go with a priestess there. I was thinking he would do like the flower aqua, yeah. King Dans with the Harpy and the Pixie. So a pretty good opener there. One that King Dans likes to play a lot, I know.
Yeah.
Would have leaked to a snail there, but didn't get one.
Yeah, Flower on Widdowson, also a very stable opening.
Yeah.
Hard to punish early game. But maybe they just... I mean, you can't really leak Flower before wave 5. But I wouldn't put it past Itzo and Nicti to just save till wave 5, you know?
Itzo's going for the DT send here. But crucially, both King Dans and Wibbison stayed on 4 workers here. So it's going to be a very easy hold, I think, for the King, who adds a Buckler and another Sky Queen and another Pixie in the split. And Wibbison adding an Atom to his Flower. He's going to be very fine. He does get a post-income DT from Nictia.
Yeah, that's not going to be worth.
And Itzo didn't even afford the snail there. He was 19 Mythium at the end of the wave.
Yeah, but I think it's kind of good for him. He didn't send the snail.
Yeah, when King Dans is so overbuilt.
Huh? Maybe. King is still leaking.
Is he going to kill the DT? Yeah, he is. Itzo leaks 42%. No send there from Wibbison, by the way.
No, okay, the snail would have made King leak decently, I guess.
Yeah.
So, would have been good to send it, but yeah.
The snail probably turns this 8% leak into like a 40 or 50% leak, honestly.
Yeah.
Alright, here's the double snail send from Wibbers, and Itzo does resend here with another DT. Maybe that can get King Dans, actually. He has 78 gold. What's he going? He's going to build a Buckler? No, he builds 2 more Harpies. Okay.
Harpies.
Does Itzo send
the Buckler?
Snail. Buckler's not great on this wave. And there is no snail. Oh, there is a snail. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, look at that split tanking there on King Dan's units.
Yeah, that's pretty good. But now this thing is going for the DT.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to leak. It's not going to be terrible. 84% on it, so dear. 50% on King Dan's. Like, sure, he's Fiesta on Iku, but yeah, that's a rough one.
Yeah, the triple snail really hurts him. If he only gets 2, he's kind of fine, but the third one really, really hurts him.
Yeah.
But yeah, alright. What can you do? You're getting sense from a flower player.
Nictia
It's gonna be a bit of a rough one.
is saving his myth. Okay, no, he goes for the income send there.
Yeah. Was probably considering like Dino or something. Probably even had it queued up, and then the rest
or
as well.
Hermit maybe, but yeah.
Yeah, but Hermit is a bad set. Ah, maybe then he had it queued. Yeah.
I mean, Widdowson's on 400 value here on wave 4. I don't really think there's anything that Nictia could send him here that was going to make much of a difference.
No, definitely not. I mean, the only correct play is to income here. I mean, he has Castle after all. Like, he wants to scale in the mid game.
He's holding the Fiend here, I think. Is he? That Priestess needs to heal again.
Yeah, it does.
It does, okay. It was kind of close, but no, that's a full hold there from Nictia. And it looks like Kingdans is... Oh, wait, does he leave?
Yeah.
No, he's fine.
No, he's holding. And now he's 9 workers. And now this is where the cartel really kicks in.
Yep.
Especially since Itzo is sending a lot. King is really gonna snowball. And Witherson is also 9 workers against the 7 of Itzo and Nikti. This is not looking too good for them.
It's not looking great, and what's more, there's another snail coming out here from Itzo. Like, Kingdans is going to absolutely snack on this.
Yeah. Once he starts holding and snowballing, you're kinda... When you're on the back foot against Kingdans, you typically don't recover.
Alright. Itzo 500 value Fiesta player, by the way, on wave 5. He's kind of getting starved by Widdowson, but, I mean, he's playing a little bit over the top safe, it seems.
I mean, what's he supposed to do? If he doesn't add the Berserker here, he's kind of effed against any sort of send, so...
True.
I understand why he's playing that way, but obviously it's not working out for him.
They're just going to go wave 7, though, right? This is going to be...
they
Oh,
will.
wait. No, Kingdans is going income here on 6. That might be a bit of a saving grace, actually, for Nictia, because I think... both Itzo and Nictia would have leaked really hard to a joint, like, you know, Ogre or Mimic on Wave 7.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, Itzo still is going to leak really hard on Wave 7 when Widdowson sends him.
Yeah, especially now that he's adding the Butcher for this wave. Which, you know, he's covering himself against the Send on this wave, but the Send isn't coming.
Yeah, that is a 140 send against Nictia. The Priestess, it looks like, is surviving, or does the Cannoneer go on the Priestess? It does not, so that should be a full hold from him.
Yeah, that's really good for him. Now he can push a bit, but not too much, and still cover his mate next.
Yeah.
And Withers is probably also leaking pretty decently next. He was already minus a lot
heal?
here.
Okay, she does heal.
Yeah,
That was pretty close, actually.
Oh, Nicti is saving. Okay, they want to go for king damage.
Alright.
I don't know if this is the correct play, to be honest.
And Widdowson, who has been saving for so long against Itzo, he's just going for an income send.
That's a weird play.
That's a really weird decision. Yeah, like, I'm super surprised not to see a Mimic here. In the end, it might be a good decision because Itzo just drops a Hardened Mudman, so the Mimic might not have been perfect there.
I think the Power Merc is still better.
Yeah, I mean, this is a 220 Mythium send. That's a Mimic and a Brute if he wants it.
Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be really big sends on wave 8 or wave 9.
I mean, it's just working anyway, though, right? Like, he just
Yeah,
has absolutely no damage on the side of Itzo. So even
Yeah,
though he's
yeah.
800...
I
Oh,
guess
man.
it's worth, yeah.
That's a 98% leak against an income send while you have 830
Yeah.
value. Okay, I
that's kinda worth,
completely
yeah.
take it back. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
a Ghost Knight, though, coming out in return from Nictia.
It has to be pack leader and something from Mitzo. Has to be pack leader.
Heal.
He doesn't get the ogre.
Kills
So-
the Drake. This is a very long wave. Income?
Oh no.
Income?
Ah.
Yeah.
Ah.
I mean, Kingdans is going to be overvalue. Maybe it's not a bad call. Maybe Kingdans even, like, boosts a veteran or something.
Like, don't you just need king damage here?
You do need
To
king
come back?
damage. You need a little bit of king.
Like,
The
I mean, you still have the castle power spike coming up for Mr. Nicti and
yeah.
Kingdan's
And
cartel.
Kingdan's
Maybe
cartel.
it's fine, yeah.
Now there's a bunk dropped here from Widdowson, which is going to do infinite damage against the wave because there's no mole or hermit. But
It's not
he
enough.
really struggles to kill a ghost knight.
Does he kill the
Does he
Ghost
even
Knight?
kill it?
Does he kill it? Does he kill it?
He does just barely, but
Oh.
that's the only thing he kills. That's a 111% lead from
Yeah.
Widdowson. Now,
Yeah, but
it's
this
so,
is-
yeah, 75% to some snails is not great. And Kingdance is even going to clear some of this up in the mid with his fully charged up Sky Queens just spinning there.
Yeah, but still, I think in this case, like you're playing for Nicti to carry anyway, and you really want to get king damage. I think it's so much better to send Pack Leader and Snails
Yeah.
into Kingdance to
Yeah.
just weaken him.
Yeah, even if he doesn't leak, like,
Yeah,
maybe he doesn't have two fully stacked Sky Queens in the mid.
yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm just wrong.
Usually you are.
Yeah, unfortunately.
All right, now let's have a quick look at the builds. It's so, I mean, they're behind. Kingdance is on fire. But again, you have to remember it's Cartel versus Castle, so there will be a big income swing on Wave 11. The income
Yeah.
swing is one thing, but you're not going to have a worker swing. And Kingdance is
No.
5 workers ahead of everyone else in the game.
Yeah. Yeah. And Kingdance doesn't really have like insane weak waves without solutions for them. Like Sky Queens are good 10, they are good on 12, they are decent on 11, he has decent tanks for 11, he has Yozora and Soulgate for 13,
Yeah,
he has
he's got
Veterans
a
and
roll.
Sky Queens for 14. Like, you can't just say, I'm saving for, say, wave 14 to really get a big leak out of Kingdance.
I mean, he kind of sucks 15, but 15 is a really long way away.
Yeah, and you can't just save till 15 right now.
Mhm.
The sets are coming out here, which is
Yeah.
fine. But,
Nictia is not going to hold here.
yeah, but this guy is probably
Yeah,
holding.
he is. But Wibbison's saving his Mythium as well.
So we're really turning this into a 2-horse race, yeah?
Yeah,
Well.
it's going to be Kingdance versus Nictia.
Yeah. And Kingdance got a head start.
He's got a pretty big head start, yeah, and Nictia is going to leak hard here as well against the Ogre and the Double
Yeah.
Wizard.
Yeah, that's the problem.
The Ogre's just tanking those Leviathan shots all day long. The split damage is really bad there for Nictia. He's just leaking everything. Everything on low HP. Even the lizards are on half HP. 86% leak there for Nictia.
Yeah. And Witherson holding. This looks kind of rough for the Bulgarian squatters.
And Kingdance, 20 workers now.
Yeah, now, I mean, he's taking the cartel penalty, but he doesn't really care because he's so many workers
Yeah,
in
yeah.
front.
I mean, sure, Nictia is now ahead in income, but he's 7 workers behind Kingdance. And he's behind in
this-
value.
This looks like an aggressive overworked 12 play from Kingdance and Witherson.
Kingdance on the counter-attack rather than overwork.
Okay.
Interesting one, when he has 20 workers, overwork seems pretty strong.
Yeah. Kind of weird. And he's not leaking here.
He's making Sakura here.
It's kind of weird, honestly.
This is going to be a massive send from Widdowson on wave 12.
Yeah, Nick, it's so even hardened here.
He
It's
did.
just a small mudman, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he has got a reroll on it, so he could try and find something here.
Yeah, he could. But what is he realistically finding that makes him hold with his build? Do they send? Do they match on Nicti and Itzo?
They don't.
No.
They didn't see it coming. Now, we do have a Sorcerer Azeria here from Nictia. I'm I don't know though, man. It's a big send.
Yeah.
Is it even a good send though from King Dans? That's an ogre and a mole. The ogre's gonna chill on these antlers for a long time. The mole's gonna go left, where it's gonna be cleaned up by the Azeria.
Yeah, I don't think it's the best.
Oh wait,
send.
no, the brute changes that. The brute goes right, and then the ogre goes left. I think.
Maybe, but he just sends a hermit.
Okay,
So-
then the ogre definitely goes right and chills on those antlers forever. For fun. For fun.
For fun. But Nicti might still leak. This area didn't tank too much.
No, the Azeria definitely didn't tank enough. His split is too high there. Like, this is where you normally put tier 1 so that you can change the height. And Itzo 117% there. And Nictia, I mean, he's doing well, but 50%. He could have held here, I think. And probably
Yeah,
he
could
should have
held,
held.
yeah.
He should have held.
Yeah, but I don't think it changes the outcome of the game. All this does is probably end the game a bit quicker. But then again, I also thought in the first game of the day that, you know, Itzo and Nicti were just giga behind.
Yeah.
And they managed to turn it around, so maybe they're just trying to do the same. You know,
Yeah.
break them mentally.
Yeah. I mean, King Dans and Widdowson, they don't have full King HP. So they are one-shottable on, say, Wave
Yeah.
15.
Yeah, they are.
And Wave 15 doesn't look great for them, actually.
No.
We said a while ago, King Dans doesn't really have weak waves. And we said, yeah, until Wave 15, but that's really far away. Which it is, but maybe that's what they're going for.
Yeah, they have to. They have to. It's their one play. But I just don't see it working. The values will be so huge on King Dance and Widdowson.
Now, Itzo and Nictia both shifting some gold here on Wave 13. Is it going to bite them, though? Azeria? Okay, she heals. She's going to be fine. So Nictia at least is holding. And Itzo... He's holding as
He has
well,
a
but
life
Widdowson and King
defense,
Dans
either.
do go for this Wave 14 send.
Yeah, that's what they wanted. They wanted to bait them into sending 14. Now all they need to do is hold.
I mean, the bait is going to work, but they also might just die.
Yeah, it might just be one of these things where you bait the send and then die to the send you just baited.
Yeah.
Which isn't the best scenario, you know?
No, it's slightly suboptimal actually. If you bait a send and then die.
Yeah. But it's also the only way they can win. Like, they have to try.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah.
I like the rogue wave here from Nictia. I think it's a lot more value than the fire elemental.
Yeah.
And Itzo, if you're going for this play, you have to harden here, I feel. Like, this isn't all in. They're baiting a send. Can you
Yeah,
harden?
hard.
Itzo? Okay. I guess he's just leaking
Well
for
then.
fun. Right, Nictia,
I guess.
all is on Nictia again. Now, we did see some dream holds come out of this young man in the first series of the day. Can he repeat that here in the elimination match, game number 1? It looks like no. Oh,
I think he's
I
okay.
think he's
And Itzo
holding.
is doing really well as well.
yeah, he is. Oh, look at this aggro split from Itzo. What's the forfeit coming out for? Hello?
I mean, Nicti is holding, no? Is he not just
he's-
holding
he
this?
is just holding, yeah.
I mean... Oh!
Oh. Sorry. Oh.
I mean,
Another
maybe
heal,
he
another
goes-
heal, another heal. No more heal.
Maybe he just is so confident in their send on next
Yeah.
wave that he says GG already.
All right,
Oh
here
no,
comes.
they die.
Oh,
They
oh,
die.
oh no!
They die.
Oh man.
Aw.
Okay. That's
You know what?
a very well placed air horn.
You know what?
Sad
He should've-
trombone.
Yeah. He should have hardened, then they would have lived.
Yeah, he should have hardened. I thought that was the whole point. They did this all in play.
Yeah.
They did this all in
Yeah.
play. They baited
Yeah.
the send. I thought that was kind of the whole point, that he would harden and then. But even then,
even
I don't know if they win, because King Dans and Widdowson have like full King HP, well, 83%.
And-
King Dans
yeah.
is 130 over value on wave 14, by the way. He's got 3.4k value. Widdowson is only minus 95. He's got over 3k
Yeah.
value as well. And sure, they're
Yeah,
weak on 15, but you know what? Value is strong.
Yeah,
Um,
Wertigkeit.
but still, I mean, you hate to see it. You hate to see the
Yeah,
king dying to like the slug with 1 HP left over, right?
yeah, it's so sad.
It's so sad. But man, okay. So bear with me because Abrasiet are now 1-0 in the lead in the elimination match.
Yeah.
But this is all part of the plan for the Bulgarian squatters. They just want to give Team Abrasiet a false sense of security. You know, they were underestimated in the first series,
Yeah,
and that was what enabled them to win, right? King
Yeah.
Dans and Widdowson took their opponents
Yeah.
too lightly, and they paid for it. So now
Yeah.
the Bulgarian squatters are just letting them think, you know, let them think they're the better players in game one. Just give them that, you know, big-headed sense of security, and then they're going to strike in game two.
Yeah.
And they're going to get a clean reverse sweep and make it through to the finals, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Good talk.
Yeah. I'm sure that's how it works. Yeah. I have full faith.
Yeah, absolutely, dude, absolutely. All right, we're just waiting for Team Abrasiet. They're clearly scared of coming into this next lobby here. Clearly scared, and with good reason. You know, the Bulgarian squatters seemed unstoppable earlier on today.
Oh, I think I need to claim my drop.
Oh, imagine claiming drops.
Second drop. Now I only need to watch 2 more hours of this terrible broadcast. For
Unlucky.
the random card.
Unlucky, dude.
Luckily, I have muted us.
Hearing ourselves on echo would be pretty sweet, not gonna lie.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Alright, King Dans has managed to find his way to the lobby. We're just waiting for the Wibberman.
Yeah, Schwitzerson is probably getting the towel ready to sweat.
To throw in the towel, you mean? Do you have that expression in Germany? You throw in the towel?
Ja, das Handtuch werfen. Ja.
Ja, klar. Ja.
Ja.
Ja, ich denke das.
Ja, das denke ich auch.
Yeah. But yeah, maybe he's going to show up sooner or later. I don't know. There's no way of knowing.
We can also give King Dance an easy bot to compensate. Probably not a big difference.
Oh, I nearly smashed my glass open on my microphone stand. Let's put it on this side. Let's put it on this side. The life of a caster, guys, is really difficult. You have to worry about things like chipping your glass on the mic boom.
Yeah. You have to actually watch the game and, you know, pretend it's interesting and stuff the entire time.
Oh, unreal.
Oh. And it's also like way past my bedtime since I'm already very old. So very hard to stay awake.
I mean, this is pretty rough, dude. It's been a long sitting. 3.5 hours we're going already, and there's one more game to go. Well, at least one more game to go, I should say, because it's only one more game if Abrasiet win here. If the squatters win this one, we're going to get to see the best of 3.
Yeah. The full duration, the 9-game Saturday.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh, the 9 games Saturday. The dream for the viewers, the nightmare for the casters.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Who suggested this terrible format?
Grüngeist! Du machst mir wirklich Sonic!
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Game number 2 of the elimination match. Abrasiet have a 1-0 lead. Bulgarian squatters, can they come back into this one? Let's find out.
Oh, Castle. Chaos.
What?
Castle.
It's a pawn shop game.
Oh.
Let's see if Nictia goes for the Chaos as well. Chaos and pawn shop is a very strong combo. Nicti. Chaos.
There it is.
Okay. So again, that soundboard, dude.
Fully abusing the pawn shop in the game. Very good, very good.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. And Wibberson is with a Sakura Castle, so just about the
Oh.
slowest start you can have. King Dan's fully abusing the chaos here by placing down 3 good units on wave 1, knowing that he won't have them again on wave 2. But I don't know, man.
Oh.
Like, isn't the Shroom just better so you can go 5 worker?
No, I think you just add what you have. Like, this kind of secures him till wave 5.
Yeah.
And, like, you really want these units anyways. It's just unfortunate that Iku is not playing Fiesta. Because Fiesta into a Castle Sakura is just so... Mwah!
Yeah. But Nictia going with the consort opener, maybe bluffing that he's the Fiesta player this time around.
Oh.
He might get
Yeah?
a snail resend on too, which would be very nice for him.
Yeah. And I think the long waves are good for him at Itzo because of the Sakura 3 worker and King Dance being 4 workers with his opening.
That's a good point, actually. Can the Sakura even afford a snail on wave 2?
With the leak, yes.
Are you sure?
No.
I think it's close.
It is pretty close, but I think it can.
Well, here's the 40
Yeah.
Mythium Sens coming out from Nictia and Itzo. We do, of course, see King Down staying 4 workers, taking no chances, thinking he might be receiving from Fiesta.
Witterson even adding the split just to be extra safe. I don't think you need it against the DT on 2.
He
But
does
it's very
send the
close.
snail. Okay, so he is going to be feeding Nictia, I think, with this Ranger. Although, is it enough? His aggro split's looking pretty nice. But I don't know if it's enough.
I think it's a small leak. Further, like, pretending that he's Fiesta while he's not.
Oh.
But now he really wishes he was Fiesta.
Yeah, now he really wishes
Let
he was
me-
Fiesta.
Let me tell you that.
But these are long waves while they have the worker lead. It's not terrible. Like, it obviously
No.
isn't ideal to be leaking 2 waves with chaos, but
They don't have the worker. Everyone is on 5 workers. So. Like, yeah. And King Dance is even 6 workers now, but I'm not sure if he's holding against the lizard here. Because the cat is only on 2 stacks. So it doesn't 2-shot the wave.
yeah. But he has got really good units on this wave, though.
Yeah, but it's only 230 value, so not sure.
It depends how it tanks, right? Like, if the Shroom off tanks nicely, it's just never leaking.
Yeah.
And it looks like the Shroom is off tanking pretty nicely, actually. The Neko is dying.
I think it's a small leak.
A very small leak, though.
Yeah. And he's 7 workers now.
Oh, he's even
Man.
getting another one? Yeah.
If only Nick T was Fiesta and was like 7 workers now.
Yeah.
That
If he
would
could
be
have sent
so good.
60 or 80 or something here, King Dens
Oh.
could have been in trouble.
Yeah. Witterson staying 6 workers, playing it extra safe with Sakura. I think it's the correct play.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, but it's just more slowness, you know? He's playing Castle, he's playing
Yeah.
Sakura, and he's going about as slow as he possibly can, and Nictia is still leaking every time he sends in a snail.
Yep. I wonder if the Brute is gonna ruin Itzo's day here. Not sure, it's still an elite archer, but all his tanks are very weak on this wave.
Yeah. But the Elite Archer is cooking,
It is cooking.
but that will be a leak. And actually
That
quite a
will be a
decent one on it, so...
Yeah.
Oh no! Nictia leaking 58% as well. Ow!
Valdo!
Ow! He's got Consort, Ranger, Casket, and he leaks 58% to 3 snails. Nictia? I think it might be home time, bro.
Yeah, I mean it's already getting kinda late and he's also
Yeah.
very old, so he's probably just falling asleep in his chair.
Yeah, I
Poor
mean,
man.
he is my younger brother. You know, he's 4 years younger than me, which means he's only 82.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's tough for us old men, you know.
Yeah, and Witherson, 9 worker, Castle Sakura, uncontested.
Getting
Ah,
another DT here.
yeah, that is not looking great
Boss does
for
go
the
right.
Bulgarian squatters.
Oh, it still somehow manages to attack the Scorpion King for fun.
For fun, yeah. Then he's not losing the stack, he's not leaking, he's 10 workers. Oof, 11 workers.
11 workers, holy moly.
Oh, I think Mr. Nick T is gonna be in some trouble very soon.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and another DT by Itzo. Aye.
Now, Wibberson
Oh.
cannot afford the shroom unless he sells his seedling. So the DT might actually get him here.
Yeah, but I think at this point it's too little too late.
Yeah, this is a 140 send against Nictia, who is making a Dark Mage to buff his consort here? I don't know, man.
I think his Daphne is gonna be buffed, but
Yeah, but
his
his
Daphne
Daphne's
is
gonna
also
die
dying.
very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be a massive leak.
Yeah. That's going to be a big boy leak there for Nictia. Itzo at least is holding and will be able to cover that.
Oh, and the Sakura lives.
77%,
Oh,
and the Sakura lives. Oh no!
11 workers Sakura with castle for wave 6.
Going completely unpunished.
Oh, man.
Yeah, this game number 2, like the Bulgarian squatters, it seems like their fairy tale is over.
Yeah, I think they've had their like peak in squats. Like they've squatted the 400 kilos, they've won the first series, but then you just can't keep it up.
Yeah.
And it's so sending again. I think Wither is plus 20, King is plus 40. They are just gonna like chill, save 2 waves, and then kill them on wave 9.
Yeah. Now Wibberson can leak here, but
nah, don't think so. It's just income.
he's getting really good focus as well.
Yeah, I mean he knows how to build.
Oh, even the split tanking again when he split wraps around. Yeah, he's just easy holding. He's having the freest game of his life.
Yeah. It's not ideal.
And that's how it's done. Castle player on fire, wave 8, Wibberson with the game of his life here in game 2 of the elimination match. This is when it really counts, when all the marbles are to play for, and he just pulls it out of the bag, it seems.
Yeah.
In fairness,
that's
it
when
does
the
seem
true
like...
stars shine.
Yeah, it does seem a little bit like Itzo's handed this one to him on a plate, with all those income sends and the Sakura just having a pretty free game.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy to point fingers. Nick T also didn't have a perfect game here, and
No, he leaked too much to too little.
yeah, and really, like, it's a gamble. Every time you decide whether you want to send or not, it's a gamble, because it's also possible that your opponent just full pushed or just full build, and then it can be correct. And
Now,
Itzo likes to play for the
gambles,
snowball.
Nictia did make a good choice here. He built the gate on 8, which obviously is
that's
pretty
good.
risky. But it's really good here on wave 9.
Yeah.
What does he build with his 250 gold, though? He has skillfully rolled the gate guard, so he could drop a couple of those.
Double gate guard and an angler, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, that is what he goes for. Oh, gate guard, APS.
Yeah, APS.
Interesting. I would have the gate guard on the wall, though, so it doesn't just die instantly.
On the wall, though.
On the wall, though. Oh, 280 send Nictia, 220 send Itzo, 200 send on Dan's, but he's going to be just fine. Again, he skillfully rolled the Skullgate in time for the wave 9 send as well. And Wibberson is also just holding the income send. The Sakura won't even die, I think.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. The Sakura lives.
It's so gonna
68%
hold.
Nick T.
No.
No.
He's gonna wall though. I mean,
33%. Yeah, Abracete, it seems. Not one to give the viewers the fairy tale ending. Team Abracete would much rather go for the boring end to the story, you know, where the favourites win.
yeah. But they just come back and just clap them. That's unfortunate.
Widdowson, 18 workers here on wave 10 with Castle Sakura. I think this game couldn't really have gone much worse for the Bulgarian squatters.
Yeah, no. I think it all like went wrong starting in the third game of the second series, where Itzo had his kind of like stinker of a game, and ever since then it's gone downhill.
Yeah. Right. Will either Nictia or Itzo hold these income resends? Yes, Itzo will with that Trinity Archer, and Nictia, who does have a Daphne, should be pretty fine as well, though the rest of his units are pretty bad on this wave.
The Daphne is the only thing attacking the Dino. Very smart.
Pretty solid focus there. He's definitely my brother.
Yeah, he learned that from you.
Yeah. Dark Mage didn't cast in time again, but he's
Spawn came out just in time.
Wait. Nope.
Nope.
He leaks.
Nope.
Nice, yeah. Nice luck, bro. Nice luck.
Nice luck. Yeah, nice luck.
Yeah, but just look at the workers, though, Julian. Just look at the workers. Even though King Dans and Widdowson just sent here on wave 10, and Nictia and Itzo are saving, they're still really far behind.
It's happening again.
Embargo.
Embargo.
Oh,
just
Shadow
embargo.
Dancer, APS.
Yeah, just embargo, and now they will just income send on 13, and income send on 14, and income send on 15, and then the Bulgarian squatters can send like 8 witches on wave 16, and it's literally infinite money for them.
Will the squatters send on 12, though, trying to undercut? I mean, the problem is that Widdowson is just going to easily hold wave 12 while having 18 workers and embargo.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I mean, like, even if he leaks, and they take like 70% king damage or something, I don't think the squatters are surviving 13 then.
No.
Widdowson pushing into no send.
Interesting. Well, squatters, are you going to send for us?
Oh.
What are they going to do? They do send. Okay.
They send. Okay.
Undercutting the embargo. Good game sense.
Good thinking there, I guess. Yeah.
Widdowson's on a 75 gold shutdown.
Yeah, that's lovely to claim, but I'm not sure they can.
With his 350 gold, what does the Webberman want to build? He can go for 2 Sky Queens, he can go for a Samurai Soul, he can...
Yeah, you go for more tanks.
He can shift 350 gold for fun.
And leak the entire wave, and he can reroll, okay. And just build a canopy for fun.
Okay. So I guess he leaks here to the 400 send.
You think? Maybe,
And I think King Dans is going to leak as well.
Yeah, they should both leak.
Oh, look at this perfect split focus on the Sakuras there.
Yeah, but still a leak.
It's still a leak. It's quite a small one though, but 75 gold is 75 gold.
Yeah, Widdowson and
King Dans is focused though. Absolutely insane.
Yeah.
It does leak, but it's very, very small there. 29% for the Dans. And yeah, like you were saying, they might get some damage done, but 1, this is nowhere near enough, and 2, just look at that Mythium in the bank of Dans and Widdowson.
Yeah. Oh,
and it's no longer in the bank because they just had to take out a loan to pay for these bad boys.
Yeah. I mean, your brother did skillfully roll Firelord for this wave, but the problem is he doesn't...
He can't afford it, yeah.
Yeah. And it probably wouldn't even save him, but like maybe he can just sell a million things to get it, which would be worth it. But
can you just like sell the Daphne and the thing to get the Phoenix? I think
yeah,
he can. I think he should, but I think he's not.
Yeah, he won't. But that's that would be the hero play, but I don't think it's gonna change the course of
just
this
massive
game.
anyway, right?
Yeah. I mean, There's no way.
This is a 720 send for Nictia, 600 send for Itzo, and it does seem that the Bulgarian squatters' swan song is over here in game number 2 of the elimination match. But you've got to say, man, these guys have played really well here in this Nova Cup.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, hats off to them. I think it's the first tournament for both of them, right? I'm not sure.
I think Itzo's played before, but not with
Okay.
Nictia. This is the first time they've
Yeah.
paired together.
And,
So
you know,
that's a Wupperguga, that's a defeat. And Abrasiet, they make it through to the semi-finals tomorrow, along with nice claps, along with Team Nice Luck, who we saw make it through the winners match, and they will be playing Julian against. Let me bring up this bracket quickly. So the winners of the this is interesting actually.
Nice Luck against the Updogs and X Crash versus Abrasiet.
Yeah. Okay, so X Crash against Abrasiet, that's an exciting match because
that's
they're
an
both
amazing
they're
matchup.
both tournament winners. They both have quite a few Nova Cup wins actually between those guys. And the Updogs, obviously last month's winners, facing up against Team Nice Luck, who is wasn't that the finals last month? Or Adams maybe had a different partner, but I think it was Adams in the finals.
Adams and Tuvis.
That's right, Adams and Chuvis, of course, yeah. But man, I mean, what an insane set of games we've had on the cast today. This has been really exciting.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Well played to Team Abrasiet and Team Nice Luck for making it through to tomorrow's games. Commiserations to the Bulgarian squatters. We actually managed to see all 3 of their series, which was pretty insane. That's just the way the games worked out.
Yeah, sometimes that happens.
I mean, look, obviously I'm a completely impartial caster. I wouldn't show any favour to one side or the other just because they happen to be a relation. But I've massively enjoyed watching Team Bulgarian squatters play. You know, they don't make it through to tomorrow, but they played really well, and I think they should be proud of themselves.
Oh, absolutely. I think everyone that we saw play today should be proud of themselves because they put up like really good games and didn't like fall under the pressure, and you know, it's quite easy to like perform worse in a tournament.
Yeah, definitely. Well, ladies and gentlemen of Twitch chat, I hope you've enjoyed the show. It certainly has been emotional. I know I've enjoyed the show. I'm sure my neighbours have enjoyed the show after I've been shouting a play-by-play through the walls.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, I mean, it's been exciting. What can you do? You have to get excited.
Yep.
So, Julian, any words of wisdom from you before we end the stream?
Yeah. No words of wisdom other than that. Thanks for having me. It was a pleasure as always. Really exciting games, and I'm looking forward to watching tomorrow.
Yeah, 100%. And thanks again, as always, for joining me on the cast. I always have a ton of fun when you're here as a co-caster, so thank you very much. All the usual shout-outs go to the tournament organisers behind the scenes. We've got Slinky Dinky with the bot. We've got Schnerd and Natto Dog, the tournament organisers. And guess what? Do you know Atrocity, the Australian? He got himself up at 1:30 a.m. today so that he could learn the ropes of organising a Nova Cup along with Schnerd. And do you know why? Because, guys, we're planning an SEA time zone friendly Legion Cup. So maybe it's going to be mid-May or something like that. There will be a time zone friendly for people in Australia, New Zealand, Asia, China, Japan, etc. So anyone from those countries who hasn't been able to play Nova Cups because it's, you know, the middle of the night for you guys, well, good news for you. So big shout out to Atrocity for dragging himself out of bed at God knows what time in the morning so he can learn the ropes.
Amazing.
And just future hype for this SEA time zone tournament, which should be coming next month. So watch this space, guys. On that bombshell, it is time to end the stream for today. Nice clap. Make sure that you are here tomorrow because we're going to have some really exciting semi-finals. Guys, goodbye.